Oh,
Family.
oh,
It's a family. We're back. We're
good thing I
back
got my
after.
Corona.
Oh my God, it's been like 2 years since we've done this. Oh my
Stating from
God.
Corona, water only. Okay.
I got my Coronas in here. Well, I'm not telling you.
Your
this.
Corona in a cup.
You know,
He likes to chill with ice.
Are you day
we're
drinking?
older than we started. You know, I'm in my 50s. I can't do my bottles anymore. Can't do it like that.
You gotta save the planet. Bottles are
Yeah.
recyclable. Actually, I didn't know that until I found out some companies are actually saying, yeah, you can.
Wish I knew that back in 2001 when I was fucking around with Letty, throwing bottles everywhere in the house.
Okay.
Oh, so y'all were doing some ICP shit, huh? Throwing bottles everywhere.
Don't you remember when I recruited that cop that I didn't know that was a cop into my house? And I said, "Hey,
We're
Coronas."
doing like a whole. We're doing a refresh for the people who haven't seen the Hellsing.
No, man. If you're not seeing any of the movies, then
All right,
what
Too
are you
Fast,
doing
Too
here?
Furious.
Yeah, like there's
all the
like this
movies.
11
Paul
movies. What
Walker
we doing?
and
Watch
Tyrese
all the
messing around.
movies and watch all the reviews that we've done because, damn, this is like what the 11th movie in the series.
Yeah.
11th
Yeah,
movie?
I guess if
Including
we
spin-offs.
because F9, but then Hobbs and Shaw, so then this is the 11th movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unless you want to count the short films from the DVD, which technically are canon but don't really count.
That's true.
Yeah.
And that's true. And we'll talk about one
Wow.
of them. We kind of mentioned it in a little bit in this movie.
Oh, that's right. That's actually that's one of the last few times they did one of those, didn't they? They kind of stopped doing those.
Yeah, they were like, expansive universe. Who cares? We're just gonna
It's universe
do sequels.
timelines. That's
Oh,
never going to be a
shit.
thing in this series, right?
Rules.
So wait, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another review of the Fast and Furious franchise. It's been a long time. I haven't done a video on the channel like in a hot minute, but I had to come back to do Fast and Furious.
We're glad you're here, Sub. That's all that matters.
Had to reunite the family.
Hey, we've been busy. I mean, we've been planning this review for months, but we're all busy.
But we're here now. That's what matters.
But we're here, man. Like, you know, you guys been craving for like, when are you guys gonna do the next spoiler review for Fast? Here we go. We're doing it right now.
But we're here. It's not in theaters no more.
And we're not gonna waste time.
Barbie's
There's a lot.
taking over.
There's a lot to discuss. So before we do anything, if you've not seen Fast X, I mean, I don't blame you, but
I don't
if
blame
you've not seen Fast X and you don't want to be spoiled, don't be here. Go watch the movie first.
No, we're spoiling the whole thing.
That's the spoiler.
All right. So when Yoda showed up at the end,
Spoiling the future movies. That's how spoiled we're getting.
I mean, if you want to experience the movie with us as we talk about it, you know, you're welcome to do so. But if you don't want to be spoiled, just watch the movie. I think it should be on Peacock as this video's out. Probably.
I think so. I think
on
you still have
Amazon.
to buy it though. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
You still have to buy it right now.
Yeah,
it's not
some
any.
recordings on digital, but probably when it's out, it's on Peacock, hopefully, so you can just watch it now. But I just warn you guys: if you not see the movie, you don't want to be spoiled. Then go.
Well, if they haven't seen the movie, they're not family. Okay.
No, they're family.
No.
We got to get this to number one.
I mean, and I don't blame you if you didn't see it because apparently it's not the most high-ranking movie in terms of box office wise. It's not.
No, F9 kind of kicked its ass a little bit too.
Yeah.
Considering the delays and everything.
I don't know.
It's kind of wild.
Is
How
the
well that movie
family
did.
in trouble? Is Vinny in trouble? No, come on.
Well, according to Vin Diesel, we're gonna get another sequel, but we'll talk about that a little later.
Vinny D.
That I mean, Vinny wants
He's
another.
like, "Oh, we're gonna get Fast X Part 2," and I'm like,
uh,
"It's okay. I think you can put the cap down there, my friend. You can
Well, we have
put,
to.
yeah.
We have
put
to
the
now.
white tee down for a little bit. We don't
You
need
seen the
you to."
movie? Yeah, we have to have a part 2.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have.
Well, they're leading up to it, but
But I know that Vin Diesel said like, "Oh, we might do a third movie." Like, no,
This was supposed to end, sir.
this is the
Stop
the
this
next
movie.
one. It's the final one. Like,
but with that cliffhanger, we need to know what's going on with those characters. And
oh yeah, definitely getting the conclusion.
I
for
really
this.
give a shit.
Oh no, we're getting the conclusion for that. But I hope they don't do like, well, let's do a third part. Like, no third parts. Just let's end it with 12 or 11.
Now you know damn well they're gonna try and do a third one.
They're gonna try.
Mhm.
I don't know.
they're gonna
Everything's
do
better
it.
than 3s.
Like, do people care anymore? Because box office kind of shows like I don't think people care that much anymore. people just wanted to end already. Like, just let's stop.
Yeah, there's a decline, definitely, of people saying after F9, like, yeah, we need Justin Lin back because this is not it.
After F7.
And by the way, like, my name is Telefia. I didn't present myself, and this is Andrew Stedl. Say hi to the people. Say hi to the family.
The
Hello,
villain.
everybody. Oh,
Yes. And of course, Henry Washington. Say hi to the people. Say hi to the family.
I'm the tech guy with no pass. I just owned a shop and had an afro, and all of a sudden I'm just a tech wizard.
I like how they
Looks
did
like
like a
you're in-
throwback, though. They did a throwback in this movie. They were like, "What? I know things now." And I'm like, "Oh, shush now. You don't get to make
Are you in
jokes
London
now."
right now, Henry? Are you in London? Looks like you're in London.
Yeah. I'm
Right
on a
next, too
special
close to
mission
Deckard Shaw right now. Looks like.
for Mr. Nobody.
He's looking for that, nobody. I can't find him. I don't know.
No.
But yeah, no. So we're here to talk about Fast X, which, man, it was interesting production history here because I know that originally Justin Lin was coming back to this, right? I remember.
Yes, but there's some behind the scenes drama with that.
Some behind-the-scenes
Apparently,
Some drama.
some
Yeah,
creative
apparently-
differences, which is Vin Diesel. But
yeah, it's him.
Yeah, they were running a D&D campaign to come up the story for Fast X, and Justin Lin just wasn't happening fine.
no. I mean, they got who directed this movie? I forgot who. Directed
Some dude that I have no idea who he is.
it. Somebody. I should have looked it up. I'm sorry, director.
Oh,
I
okay.
should've looked
No,
you
no.
up.
Let's see what this director's done. Okay, we got to.
I don't know how to say his last name. Lewis.
I even wrote in my notes, insert name to director. I never
You
put
were
his
like,
name.
oops, I forgot to
Oh,
put
he
it
did
in
some of the
there.
Transporter movies. Now You See Me.
Oh, those are much better.
Okay.
He did,
Well, Clash of the Titans, we can throw that movie out.
he
Oh.
did,
More like wasting your time and
he did the 2008 Incredible Hulk, the Ed Norton one.
Okay.
Transporter. No,
Transporter's a guilty pleasure, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of
Kind of a
it.
he did the good ones. He did the first two. So.
Yeah, that third one. Yeah,
Oh.
that's a no for me. That's
But
a
no,
bad movie.
like I remember, I was kind of intrigued with this movie. Of course, it's the family, it's Fast and Furious. I want to see the next movie, of course, but I wasn't as enthused as I used to be, maybe back a couple years ago. Back when Fast 6, 7, and 5 were coming out. Like when this movie was coming out, I was like, okay, let's see what's gonna happen. Even with the troubling production and the controversies and everything, all the drama, I was still kind of eager to see, but I wasn't as excited. Like, what were your thoughts before coming into this movie? Like, were you guys excited or kind of, I don't care?
So here's the thing. Like usually I get myself excited, with the soundtrack, whether the movie is going to be crappy or not. And I felt like they were definitely trying to crowbar a couple pop songs in there. It was very present this time, and especially that ending credit song.
Oh yeah.
That was. I'm like, no, y'all are not James Bond. Don't come out here trying to sell us this song that's so serious.
Oh no.
But I will say, majority of the soundtrack is actually more like a dance party, and like actually does get the vibe correct of what I would think a high octane driving movie would be. It's just those random crowbarred sections in the soundtrack, and you can feel it in the movie too. When they're trying to get serious, you can feel it because like they use some like other stuff that's like kind of cool, like early on, like, oh, this is fun, it's getting the vibe right, and they'll play like there's like a lot of artists, I can't even name all of them.
That's a lot.
So many talented artists. They even get Suicide Boys in there, which is wild to me. Like it caught me off guard. I was like, oh, okay, so now the mainstream media knows who they are. Okay, that's kind of wild to me.
Oh yeah, they got a bunch of people. Like as always, they always bring like a lot of.
They even do like a little like sample of Gasolina, which I was a little surprised about when they used that in the movie. I was like, oh. Yeah. And of course, Daddy Yankee got credited because like he holds an iron clutch on that song. If you sample it, you have to fucking put my name. I'm not kidding. He apparently has some kind of clause with that. But
no, yeah. But for this movie, I know they did like a remix of that song. They brought a another artist, Mike Towers, into it. So they kind of remixed it a little bit for this movie.
So like they played it enough, like so like it's not just a sample, but like they sampled the beat extremely in there for sure.
Yeah. They put like a couple of moments from
But
the song. But I would say.
As for the movie itself, you know, to actually talk about the film itself,
Mhm.
was I excited? The initial trailer made me feel it looks fun, but beyond that, I'm not seeing anything new here. The only thing I really was like kind of like intrigued me was Jason Momoa. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, he's kind of wearing some like eyeliner, and I feel like there's something going on here. I'm like, I feel like they're actually going to do something interesting, and I will say, I do like him in the movie a lot. But we'll get into how I think about the rest
My
of
man.
later. Just think of that scene when he was Aquaman. Yeah.
What about you, Henry? What were your thoughts going into this movie? Were you excited? Did you not care?
Man, of course, you know, I'm diehard, you know, Fast and Furious fan, but this one I was kind of was a little lukewarm on, at least coming into it, especially like I felt like the quality of the movies had declined since Seven was such a high. And I was like, you know, I wanted to be good, of course, but just seeing the movies getting bigger and bigger, and some of the stuff is a little more ridiculous. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe. I mean, I'm hoping for the best, but like, I think you know, you have someone like Jason Momoa. I thought that was going to be something to shake it up. And actually, no, The Rock isn't. The Rock wasn't in F9, but I was interested to see like another Fast and Furious movie without The Rock because he was starting to, for the most part, you know, without him and seeing how things play out, because he was starting to take a lot more like of the screen time away from some of the other characters. So I wanted to see another movie without that. So
that's something we'll get into in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I have opinions on that.
It sounds like we were having the same reactions going into this movie. We were kind of lukewarm on it, and we were excited to see Jason Momoa, but pretty much.
Well, what a missed opportunity to call it "Fasten Your Seatbelts."
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
It was right there.
Right, it should have done that. No, it's fast.
No, they gotta be serious. You know, when they're talking about this movie.
Edgy.
Yes, it's extreme. So yeah, let's just get into it because there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot. We're gonna try to cram it as everything, just like this movie. We're gonna do everything in under 2 hours if possible. So let's get into it. This movie starts interestingly. I didn't expect this movie to start this way. We start 10 years before the current timeline of the series, which I was like, wait, so what year are we? Are we in 20? I mean, apparently it takes place in 2021 from what I understood later in the movie. I was like, okay.
They do a lot of retconning in that intro.
That's true. Like it tracks. The movie came out 2011. They say like, oh, this happened. The heist happened in 2011. I was like, oh, okay, so we're in 2021 for some reason. So okay, that was interesting. I didn't expect the movie to start this way. We hear the familiar voice of Hernan Reyes, which I never thought we would hear him again. I was like, oh, so he's back.
Oh,
okay.
We're just gonna use deleted scenes.
Right? Like, okay.
It's all footage where I'm like, wait a minute, Jason Momoa wasn't in that shot. God damn it!
Exactly. Like when I saw him back, like, did I want him back? No. Do I hate it? No. I was so indifferent about it. Like, okay, so he's Reyes back for a little cameo. That's interesting.
Sort of. But it's just reused footage.
Yeah, I know, because I thought like even Villains Before 6, I thought they were like gone. Like we're not gonna mention them. Johnny Tran, we don't gonna talk about him anymore. Carnivoro, no, he's done. DK, we're not talking anything. But apparently he came back, so that's cool. So he talks about how supposedly his money is for his family, which I don't believe that. That's kind of that's a little bit of retcon for me. Like this money's for the family. You were just a corrupt dude in Brazil. All right, don't be like honor.
Exactly. They got to crowbar that in.
Yeah, I was like, no,
take a drink every time. Family, huh?
Drink every time we say family. By the way,
fuck.
Drinking.
Oh God.
But yeah, like kind of like we were saying, like speaking of retcons, like Jason Momoa happened to be there, and happens to be Ray's son. Who would have thought, right? And so he was apparently
He's
in
a
this
family
movie
man, of course.
the whole time. He was in the whole movie. But like, yeah, just apparently Jason, just like his dad, which we're calling Jason because we don't know the character's name till way later in the movie. We don't know shit about him till way later.
Mystery man.
It's a mystery. So we're just calling Jason.
Slowly, they are like unraveling the name.
But Jason, just like his dad, he just wants to stop Dom for stealing his money, stealing the vault. Damn it, don't steal it from me. But yeah, it was a little cool to see this twist in the beginning, kind of a, even though it's a retcon, it was still like, oh, okay, well, who is this? Who is Jason Momoa? What's going on here? What's this part in this whole legacy or whatever? But it's a little bullshit still. But cool to see him there. Like, all right, he's there. He happens to be there. But yeah, for 10 minutes, we should see the same scenes from Fast 5.
Yeah.
Like,
wait a goddamn minute! I already saw this movie.
Like, I already saw it. They kind of like where you kind of said off camera, like, all right, it's cool to see this, but I already saw that in Fast 5.
All you do is maybe want to turn this off and watch Fast 5.
Exactly.
Yeah, as cool as the scene is, I kept saying to myself, wait a goddamn minute, this is another movie. Don't gaslight me that Jason Momoa was here. Hold on a second.
Yeah, it was bullshit. Like, you're spanning out the time unnecessarily. Like, we're just gonna put the best scenes. Like, remember how good we used to be?
You want to know what movie it reminded me of? And this is the most obscure thing to mention during this whole review. Remember, if you've ever seen the Friday the 13th, like 1 through 4, like every movie had to have 10 minutes of the last movie.
That's true. That's true.
Like treating the audience like an idiot. Oh, well, maybe you've never seen the first movie. Let me show you 10 minutes of footage.
That's true. But like this time around, I just felt like, I don't know. We're like, we're just gonna put these scenes from a better movie, and we're gonna just put some 10 minutes of in there. We don't have to do anything, any effort. We're just gonna show scenes of the movie. And I'm like, okay, I love to see this. But
some CG in Jason Momoa.
Exactly.
Yeah, other than they like totally retcon like Jason Momoa being there into the film, which is okay. I mean, the scene is decently done. The effects look okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the worst CGI I've seen in this series. Let me tell you that. No.
I just love how they kind of crafted it in there. Like, oh, he was in this car the whole time. He was following
Which
them.
He was not.
Sure. But no, even I was also surprised to see they showed a little bit of The Rock. Like, I was like, oh, I didn't expect to see The Rock. Even though it was old footage, but
well, I mean, you know,
I thought Vin Diesel was like, no, I don't want any footage of The Rock. He never existed in this franchise.
Never.
I'm surprised to see him back.
I mean, that was one of the things is they agreed, like, all right, we need The Rock back.
Oh yeah, and we'll talk about him. But for now, before knowing anything, I was like, oh, I'm surprised to see him for like a quick second. I didn't think he was gonna be here. But yeah, we're just gonna keep retconning shit by saying that Jason Momoa was in the third act set piece. He was a guy driving the car with the guy in the Gatling gun. Like, sure, he was there the whole time. But so far it's not extreme bullshit. I was still like, really? Are we saying that he was there the whole time? But yeah, somehow Jason got thrusted out of the car after like they slammed the car with the safe. He somehow made it out of the car into the water, and he was fine. He was only bleeding from his nose, I think, but he was fine. Which I'm like, all right, that's bullshit.
But somehow his dad like miraculously gets this like thrusted hit that kills him off screen. But they made sure to be like, nah, he's smushed.
By the way, that quick scene of Hernan's face just looking at, I think it was Vin Diesel, Jason, that CG floating head, like, oh, I was like, we're watching The Flash now. But after that, Jason is on the floating water, he opens his eyes, and boom, cue the logo, and we kind of see Jason wake up in the ocean for some reason. So, like, apparently, what do you guys thought about this whole scene? It's the same. It's just Fast 5 all over again. It's
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just trying to establish like where he came from, but I wish they could have just made it a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
Because the longer it went on, it's like we said, it's like I could just watch Fast 5.
Yes.
If they had made an effort to like somehow make it different, which unfortunately they just kind of reuse footage and then occasionally are like, oh yeah, that's right, Jason Momoa is in the scene. We got to like throw him in the back. So like, there's like nothing new here other than if you've seen the scene in Fast Five with the 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 vault. How could I forget that insane vault scene? Well,
it's just I didn't think
great.
it was terrible. It did intrigue me on Jason Momoa because he did look menacing and intense. I'm like, oh shit, who is this guy? Like, I want to see more of him as we go on in the movie. But the only part, except from padding out the time for this movie, it made me remember the good old days. And I just like, why am I watching this movie? I want to watch this one instead.
Well, yeah, after the miraculously dumpster fire that is Fast and Furious, sorry, let me get that title correctly.
Yes.
They got to give you Fast 5, a much better movie, and then 6 is okay. Right. 7's pretty good. 8 is, you've seen the review. 9 is, well, maybe we'll talk about that another time.
Okay. that was the controversial one. Like, we're all kind of mixed on it. I was about Fast 9. I watched it recently. It's a little better than I thought it said initially.
It's better than this movie.
Oh, damn. I mean, we'll get there. I don't know if I agree, but we'll get there. But anyway, we cut to Los Angeles in present day. We see Dom's car drifting in the parking lot for some reason. Oh, it was close to the racing track, which we saw in Fast 9, by the way. So
that's right.
Nice connection there. But yeah, it's business as usual. He's just driving. But wait, hold on a minute. It's not Dom driving the car.
It's his son.
I'm suddenly black Brian Toretto because like he changed colors out of nowhere. I'm like, wait a minute.
Man, Dom's family is so wild. He's got his grandma over here.
I know. It's like this boy is the darkest out of all your family.
Yeah.
You have the original actress from I was about to say In the Heights. That is not the movie. I am sincerely apologizing for that. That is not what it was. West Side Story. I was like, oh yeah, she's here. And then she leaves.
Yeah.
She's never in the movie again. They were like, all right, we can get this top A actress for one scene. That's it.
For one. But like seeing baby Brian Toretto, like it was a little jarring to see like, wait, he just looked nothing like he used to look in Fast 9. But I mean, I guess it could happen.
No, man, retconning.
Right? Skin color can change. I can accept that. But I was like, oh shit. But all right, it was not a problem. But the problem here is that he's a 7-year-old driving a car. It's just going crazy.
He has adult supervision.
I was like, how's he reaching the pedals? Like,
yeah, right.
Like, I was like, no.
I was like, sure. He's driving a car. But Dom gives him a pretty good motivational speech about like feeling the car, embracing the feel.
Oh yes, this screamed America the whole time. Yeah, you can do it in this country, son. Whoa. Drive the car. I was surprised there wasn't a Bud Light logo after he said all of this.
Excuse you, Corona Light.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right.
I forgot Bud Light's not America's drink anymore.
No. It's Corona. Oh, Corona only.
Well, yeah, I gotta be like Kid Rock. I gotta abandon my beer.
No, but like he's giving a speech like embracing the fear. You gotta feel it to you. Pun intended. Brian's like, but I wasn't scared. Or were you scared? Like, I get scared sometimes, baby Brian. Of course. I mean, I've been looking a badass, but I get afraid too. But
I have feelings too.
I mean, I'm not a bitch, but I do get scared sometimes. But I will say, like, this little scene was like, okay, Vin Diesel's
Vin's fine. He's giving a serviceable acting here. It's fine.
Because like a couple movies ago, like, could we see the same performance here? No, for Vin Diesel.
Probably in the first movie.
No. But now he's starting to give a shit a little bit. Like, okay, so Vin Diesel's here. He's here to work. So
it's definitely more. I will give this movie this. I do feel like he gives a shit about his kid all of a sudden. Because last movie we kind of get him for a scene.
Yeah.
He never tries to talk to him the whole movie.
It's like, oh, gotta go.
Like barely.
Yeah.
But this movie, they're more like, okay, we're gonna have him be part of the plot. You know,
Yeah.
he's gonna show up a couple times.
Is he gonna have some important stuff to do? Is that okay? So I see him Vin Diesel trying. He does give a shit. I was like, okay. I like his acting here. It's pretty good.
He is a family man. He would be
Yeah.
lying if he didn't, you know.
Of course. I was like, he's my baby Brian. I gotta teach him how to drive. And
Oh, I
sit
forgot
and
they
so
named him Brian. That's right. Yeah, in 6 they go Brian.
He's Brian.
Jesus.
But yeah,
Or that might have been 7. I might be remembering it incorrectly.
It was in 8.
It was an 8.
8. Oh yeah, that's an 8.
Mhm.
Tells you how much I remember this movie.
That was a whole twist. Like, oh, the baby's called Brian. Wow. But they have to leave the parking lot because, oh shit, Mama Toretto is in town. So you gotta go there now. But it's
Well,
because
she's only in town for a scene, you know.
she's only town for the second, so we have to see her. She's here. Well, as we cut to the Toretto household, we see our favorite band of characters. They're back, you know, doing the same thing, doing the same shenanigans. We see Ted just setting up Han with Tinder for something which doesn't work. I mean, I'm not trying to reveal myself here, but Tinder in this movie doesn't work like the Tinder in real life.
Yeah, I don't understand what was going on with that, because like he didn't even hit the swipe button and somehow
Yeah.
he's getting matches. What's up with
Right? He
that?
was getting
Yeah.
matched. I was like, great.
And they like made sure to show off the fancy phone to like be like, yeah, you can swipe
Yeah.
on both sides of the phone. And I'm like, come on now.
Swiping like, but they're matching
like-
for some reason. I'm like, huh?
The
And he
movie kind of
shuts
makes fun of it a little bit, because like, you know, the side characters are like, man, that's not how that one works. He might be hacked. I'm like, you just set him all up. Why are you lying now? Why are you gaslighting us?
Profile. Like, okay. It was a little funny. It was a little quick, funny gag. Like, Han, you know, he's back he's back out there. He's
Yeah, he's out there.
things with the ladies. You know, ladies love him. But also we see that you know, Han's back to society. Tej and Rancy and Roman, you know, they're out there doing the little banter. Here we go. Back and forth. So wait, Mama Toretto, she's just shows up, which apparently Vin Diesel is Puerto Rican now too.
I'm telling you.
Man,
This
he
doesn't make any
is
sense.
like every race and ethnicity. It's like crazy. It's like,
Okay.
I mean,
what is he?
It's
I
funny that
love
y'all
Vin
brought this
Diesel,
up,
but-
because I don't know
Come
if
on.
y'all are aware of this, but Vin Diesel made a movie about being racially ambiguous, like before he got famous. And apparently Steven Spielberg saw this short film. You can go watch it. It's out there on YouTube if you want to watch it. But apparently he was selling this movie, and that's how he got Saving Private Ryan. So he's been doing this for years, where he's like,
okay, so he's been trying.
am I
to
a white man? Am I nuts? So
So
he's
like-
you know,
Yeah, because
I
you
don't
got John Cena there. I'm like, yo,
yeah.
you gotta figure this out. Like, this is, you know, you got Dad, you got Mia, you got the grandma, and then you got the kid. I'm like, what?
It's pretty wild.
Like,
And modern audiences are just like, just
Yeah,
shrugging.
right. Like, yeah, he's whatever. He's whatever he wants to be, apparently. Like, but it's just. Also, I remember in Fast 9, I remember this one scene in the flashback where Dad was like, "Oh, we're racially mixed. You know, the whole Toretto family is racially mixed." And like, all right, so I guess that's Vin Diesel kind of explaining to us that he can be whatever.
I don't
he
think they know.
no,
I think they kind of gave up.
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, I like Rita Moreno. Be my mother in this movie." Okay, sure.
Talented actress and everything, and I absolutely love her. But
No,
I have more questions. Not just here.
yeah, it's like, so he's Puerto Rican now.
I'm like, wait a minute. So is that your biological grandma, or like, is this somebody that? Because it's like they don't make it very clear. There's no like pictures of her with his dad.
no.
no,
Ever.
that's his maternal or paternal grandmother. It's like, I don't know, but I'm very confused.
Yeah, it's
like,
Because they bothered to have a shot with like all of them from the past,
no,
but just make sure it's only the crew.
it's
that they
only
shoot.
the girl.
They only show the crew, and they're like, "Yes, you carry her." Because like I think the end shot is a father, or a picture of him with his father,
Yeah.
and she suddenly comes out into frame like, you carry his name," and I'm like, "You are great, but like, this is bullshit. What they're telling you to do."
No, it's just, yeah. They've never shown even picture of her in any of these movies, and she just
I
shows
know,
up.
right? We're
It's
just
like,
supposed, and like as much as I love her, I'm like, I got more questions than
Yeah.
answers to this.
you're here. And I will say, like, Mama Toretto, she's sweet, of course. Rudimental, I love her. She's great. She wants a hug from everybody. Like, hey, give me food. I'm here. So that was pretty cool. And
Yeah,
I
she
guess
was great.
No, she was great. And I guess there was a gag where, like, Ted, I didn't understand this gag because, we were in the dinner table, and then Ted just kind of moved away from Roman's seat. I don't know what happened there.
I guess maybe this could be the political joke of maybe they're not Christian.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was
the
weird.
movie's
Like,
getting
what?
deep. Tej and Roman are not part of the Catholic Church. They
It was weird because I don't know. Yeah, because Ruben was like, "Hey, the prayer," and then I see like Ted just like, "Whoa, I'm leaving. I'm moving to this other chair." I'm like,
said, "Fuck prayer. I'm hungry."
it's like, I didn't get it.
He really did though. He was like, "Oh yeah, this food looks great."
it was weird, but like Mama Toretto gets a speech. He's like a nice speech. It's it's interesting. It's like this was interesting to see now, fresh after seeing the movies. Like we got the barbecue scene at the beginning of the movie instead of the end of the movie this time around. Which we understand why this time around, but I was like, huh, we got the barbecue scene early. That's interesting. But yeah, so they try to do another Roman gag there, which with him eating while she was speaking, I was like, that's whatever. He's eating while she's talking. Or while she's giving the prayer. Isn't Roman funny?
Yeah, Roman gets not a lot to do here except make crappy jokes.
No, but like let's talk about what really rubbed me the wrong way this whole scene. Which even the ending of the movie, they showed us like, hey, Brian O'Connor, he's still in this world. He even showed up to the barbecue scene in the last movie. We saw like Subaru. He showed up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Why is he not here? Why isn't he at the dinner? There's even an empty chair.
I'm sorry.
For him.
Are you asking for consistency in this series?
I'm just asking, like, hey,
togetherness.
You guys, the production crew loves Paul Walker.
Continuity.
Why don't you explain where he's at?
And now the longer they drag this out, the more it's like, why isn't Brian around? Like, I know he's retired, but like, what would make him get him out of retirement?
It's because like, how come Vin Diesel's character has a kid and he can just suddenly be like, "Hey, we'll send you away"? But
Brian,
I was
like, no, I'm busy taking care of my kid somewhere. Like,
he's using that police privilege, ain't he? He's under he's under fucking witness protection program. He's like, he's got a like little margarita in hand. He's like, yes, no more racing.
I just
like,
found it
that,
odd.
dude.
Like, obviously, I know that Paul Walker's not here with us, rest in peace. But you explain to us that he's still in this world, in the movie world. So
they should have just ended this with 7, really, man.
Even Mia was there. Like, why is she there? Not with him. Like, they didn't even try to explain it. They were like, let's just pretend, but we're not.
See, at least in 9, there's an explanation of, oh no, he's with the kid.
Exactly.
Here, there's no explanation. She just suddenly shows up, and we're supposed to pretend. I mean, this is not a joke. In the movie, they stop everything to have a moment with Vin and her character.
Yeah,
and just ignore the fact that Brian is not there.
No,
I'm like, are y'all going through a fight? What's going on here?
Yeah, right. At least just give me a line. Just give me any line to explain where he's at, and I'm fine. But they didn't even try. It's weirder because each of these movies after Paul Walker, they always explain like, all right, this is Brian. He's over there. He's over here. We're gonna explain where he's at. But this time around, we were like, we don't care.
No,
we'll focus on the plot. We don't care where Brian's at. Let's focus on what's gonna happen. Which the plot, apparently, as we see, the agency trusted Roman to lead a mission, which I call bullshit on that. I was like, why Roman out of everybody and trusted him to lead? We'll see why, but I remember watching this first time, like, why is Roman the leader? The bumbling idiot is the leader here? Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, it's like, okay. So yeah, Ted talks about a quantum computer chip, sci-fi, whatever. I don't care what that is.
Somehow don't really explain it.
Yeah, but somehow Roman, he got intel on the chip, which we didn't explain how he got the intel, but he got intel on it.
Isn't it quirky and funny how he like tries to be like, I'm practicing my leadership voice. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right. And they also do another Roman joke like, "Hey, Roman, get it?"
All right. All right. All right. Sit down, Roma. It's time for you to go have a little seat.
Please. I rolled my eyes hard. I was like, "Oh God, please."
The jokes that they wrote for Tyrese are just bad in this
Oh,
movie.
so bad.
Get your
So
paycheck, Tyrese.
Unless he wrote them.
it was bad. And then Roman explains like, "Hey, I want an RC car. I want a golden Lamborghini for some reason, and 12 tanks of laughing gas. What's it for?
Laughing
We'll
gas.
we'll see it later."
What's he with
keeps
laughing
talking.
gas?
Yeah, right. Roman keeps talking. No one cares, as we should. And then I do like the scene with Han and Dom. This little sweet moment between them in the garage. They're talking about, hey, los bandoleros, which, hey, reference to that short film that they appeared in together, which was kind of cool. They talk about, hey, we need to pass our stuff to the next generation, which I hope they're not setting up a next generation franchise. I don't want to see that. Please.
Stop it.
Stop it. End it with
No.
11, and we're done. But no, they were like, hey, we need to pass the better things of ourselves to our children. Isn't that the whole point of life? Passed on to our children? Which, remember that Han has a daughter? Remember that? The movie done.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I'm like, family. Where's his family? Because
Where's his family?
Seems to be a deadbeat who's hanging out in L.A. and swiping on Twitter.
Swiping on
Tinder.
But where's his daughter? Who knows? Well, yeah, we gotta pass down stuff to our family. But so yeah, I do like the bandoleros references, all that stuff. There's another dumb Roman gag, which he's playing with the RC or whatever, whatever.
You
And
didn't
then
like the little tiny little Chris on there? Come on, man.
oh no,
That wasn't funny. You didn't like that? Oh man, that was hysterical. What do you mean?
I was like, no, Roman, please. We had a good moment here. Don't ruin it. But also, I got mad because then they show pictures on the wall of everybody, the whole crew, Paul Walker, all these different things. But it's still kind of disrespectful to show pictures of Brian right there, but he's not in the barbecue. I don't know. It's still a sweet scene. I like they put the Wiz Khalifa song again for a little bit, the piano.
Mm-hmm.
Like, huh?
Yeah, that was a good rendition.
I was like,
I did like that there was an effort to have some kind of serious acting, because I think people forgot these movies kind of were a little bit of a mix of serious and not.
mm-hmm.
But that kind of got lost in F9.
Oh no, yeah.
Like, what seriousness? Shove
Right?
it to the throwback.
But like, what I appreciated from this is I can tell this whole movie is kind of a love letter to the whole franchise, because there's a lot of references throughout this movie, and this scene is specifically a whole reference. Like, hey, here's a bunch of moments.
I think they need a couple more drafts on that love letter, my friend.
Oh no, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot, and they never. I mean, it's funny because they showed like direct scenes from the movie. It was like, who took those pictures? I don't know, but they're there in the wall, and they put obviously Wiz Khalifa's song in the background. You also see. I also noticed like a Tej, the auto service that he had in 2 Fast and Furious. Remember, we used to be a mechanic. The movie doesn't remember that anymore. But you see the poster there. He's there. The logo's there. So I like it. I like they're kind of representing the series. Like, hey, these cool little moments of the.
Which that does come back up. We'll get there. It's a little older.
So I like that. It was cool. And then we see Mama Toretto. She's there, and we have a cooler moment between her and Dom, which I like the scene between the two of them. I think there's some pretty good acting there.
I think she pulled Vin Diesel to the side and she was like, if you fucking act so terribly, I'll make sure you never work in this town. I feel like she had a talk with him, because the way he was acting with her, I was like, it's so drastically different from every other scene in the movie. Like he's put in this top performance.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, I gotta act with her. Shit. All right, let me get my acting out.
No, I think he even shed a tear in that conversation. Like, whoa,
I mean, if I was in a room with her talking, yeah, probably.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably like, put your shit together, goddamn it. You're in a scene with me. Okay. We'll put our A game here.
Academy Award, goddamn it, okay?
So I like that scene. Like, oh wow, this is pretty good acting there. But night comes, and Dom is watching Brian sleep. He believes, but wait a minute, here's something outside. Like, wait a minute, something's weird. Something's off out here. Oh, no. But I do like this transition where we see him looking outside but then he's in his room and not in Brian's room. He's like, oh, that's some cool filmmaking that I not expect Fast X to do. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, Dom and Letty, they get together. Apparently, been trying to have a kid for a while, but you know they're getting there.
They want you to know.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have another kid
to dominate.
So like, I don't know if we're gonna see the kid. Maybe we will in the next movie, like a huge time jump in the future. Like, hey, here's Dom and Lady's kid. We'll see.
Like 20 years when we finally get that sequel.
Fast X, the next generation. Like, I don't want to see that. But but wait a minute. Dom just admitted that he's afraid. Like he's actually scared. He confesses to her, like, hey, I'm scared that things are just gonna fall apart. I'm like, wait a minute, this is not my Dom. Who's this Dominic Toretto? He's speaking about weaknesses and fear.
I mean,
like,
yeah, he's in his
like
40s.
this.
He's getting scared,
I don't know. I don't like it. But again, Vin Diesel's acting pretty good here because he's stuttering. He's like, you can see the fear in his eyes. I'm like, Vin Diesel's, he's here, okay? He woke up for this movie and he showed up. I like it.
I'm gonna do acting today.
Yeah, get that paycheck.
So I like
Earn it.
But I liked it. I like this. The lady talks about it, like, hey, live in the moment, don't live in the past. We see a picture of the wedding, which remember when he showed up in a tank top?
I love how she says that, but there's like so many reminders
Yeah, right.
in the room about the past.
Right.
I'm like, no, come on now. don't gaslight me and say don't think about the past.
Yeah, don't think about
When there's literally like 20 pictures in the room and all around the house.
Right, 20 pictures of the movies, 10 minutes of Fast Five at the beginning of the movie.
Shots that they somehow got. When nobody was there, by the way. How did they get that picture of them
right.
getting married? Who took that picture, goddammit?
Yeah, who took that picture of the wedding?
Wait, hold on a second. Who took that picture?
I don't know. It's like, who took the pictures of all the other scenes that we saw the wall? It's like, no one was there to take a picture, but apparently someone was there the whole. Maybe it was Mr. Nobody. He was there the whole time. He was hiding. Shadow.
Married you two young lovers. Click.
But so it's cool. I like the scene between the two of them. I like it, but oh shit, who arrives at the house in a DeLorean?
Our favorite.
DeLorean. It's our favorite villain. It's
dreadlocking, mom bomb.
The culture appropriator, Cypher.
I know. No, she took a note. She's like, I'm not doing the dreadlocks anymore.
She was like, no, I'm gonna just be like Sharice then on this movie.
I'm doing the buzz cut and that's it. But wait a minute, she just show up. She shows up bloody. Something happened. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on?
Oh, we even get a backstory. We get a whole. Oh, I'm gonna tell you, but the movie's like, we're gonna show you what happened.
Show you. Well, like, of course, she had the audacity to show up in her enemy's front door. I mean, Dom's there. He's pissed. He's really pissed because he wants to kill her. He's want to kill her so bad. But he's like, all right, well, fuck it. What's going on here? But also, I love how they showed a scene of Fast 8, with the baby and how they shot, what's her name? The cop. I forgot her name. So we're seeing a lot of references to the movie, even the Bat ones. I'm like, oh, we're referencing Fast 8 now? Fuck, I don't want to see a scene from that movie. But again, good acting here.
Man, it's so important to Vin Diesel's plot, man. Come on. He lost a lover. We have to requite that.
No. Well, like, yeah, good acting from Vin Diesel because he's restraining his rage, his bloodlust. I want to kill Cypher. But like, again, I love how villains just show up on their doorstep, just nonchalant. Like, so you're telling me they're always in the threat of danger. Like, they can show up anytime if they're at the front door. Why don't they ever do this before? I don't know. But she shows up because she needs him. So of course, the lady she kills Brian. Like, hey, you know what to do? Hide. She gets a pistol. She's like, what are you doing here? Cypher's like, well, hey, I got something. I got a story for you. So we get a flashback. Story time. We get a flashback. We get to her lair, wherever that is, the secret lair. Of course, the baddie shows up. Jason Momoa. He had 2 people dragged on the floor, dead. Who was this guy? Why did she show up? I do like the opening with him. He gives like a cool opening line. Like he shows up badass. He shows up menacing. He's mysterious. Like, who is this guy? So Cypher explains like, yeah, so she needs help from Dom because we see why. Like Jason apparently he threatens Cypher like, hey, I want you to help me. Let's get Dom. Let's kill him. Cypher's like, all right, sure. Like, I don't know why I should help you because I don't want to. I don't know. But he's like, wait a minute. Like, I'll make you help me. Cypher's like, I don't care. Like, you can't. Everything that I want is right here. My tech. I don't want money. I have everything here. She's like, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking to everyone here. All your troops. I'm threatening them. Oh? I have them. I have their families held hostage. Which I'm wondering, how did he do that? Because far.
I like how he does a little thing at the end of, well, except him. Well, except him. He didn't even have a cat. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. I was like, oh.
Wait a minute. Are you kidnapping cats? Is this
it's like
you don't show everybody's phone. So I'm like, well, who had like a dog? And you're like, you'll never see Fluffy Bugs again, ever again.
But like, it's funny because so far, from what I understood, he's working alone. He doesn't recruit anybody before this scene. So how did he get everybody's family? How did he get that information? And everything set up?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? Well,
the writers know.
What is it?
The writers know.
Oh, the writers know. We don't know.
Somehow, the Reyes son came back.
So yeah, apparently he's holding everyone hostage. But yeah, so apparently Jason doesn't want to kill Vin Diesel. He wants to make him suffer. For what reason? Well, we kind of know why, but he doesn't want to kill him. He wants him to suffer. He wants to ruin everything that he loves, everything in his life. So which is interesting. So I do like the scene that we see from this point forward in the scene with Cypher fighting Jason Momoa and fighting. Not fighting Jason, fighting her own men, which is kind of cool. I didn't know Cypher could fight, so that's cool to see her do some hand-to-hand combat. Some pretty cool.
You gotta watch Atomic Blonde, man. Of course.
Oh no, but I'm not saying. I'm saying the character because we never.
Oh yeah.
So like,
they were like, no, we're gonna get her to do choreography this time.
Oh no, yeah, we gotta show her. She knows how to.
I tell you, they spent a lot of money on the choreography though. They spent a lot of money this time. They were like, all right, let's make these fights great.
Oh yeah, and I'll say this fight is actually pretty cool. I like this action sequence. It's not the greatest action. It's not like wow, it blew my mind, but I liked it. It was pretty.
It's decent enough. It serves the
purpose.
It's
decent. Decently well filmed. I like how they get to the elevator and she picked this dude and to kind of protect her from the fall. Which sure that worked, but I do like that scene. It's a pretty cool fight scene.
I mean, they kind of fast forwarded past that. She literally had a dude with like a thing in his chest just to make it clear that dude is not coming back.
Oh no!
He got like a little iron thing through his chest. They were like, no, he's not coming back.
He's not coming back. But I do
the movie's casual about that, by the way.
Oh yeah, they're like, well, he's dead. Like, we'll move on. But I did like the sequence. I don't know. Do you guys like the sequence? It's pretty decent, right? It's not.
Yeah, I like a good fight choreography, and it shows like why she was like the boss and why like she would be the head of the organization. Not only was she's like really smart with tech and stuff like that, but it's like you can try to fight me if you want, but
it's not gonna work out.
Yeah.
Well, like I did like that scene. I like Cypher scene in a different light. Oh, she's not the villain or not the main villain this time around. And I like that Jason took away these two dudes with him, these two henchmen for now. And we still don't know exactly what's his deal, what's his motive. Why does he hate Dom so much? So after Cypher tells the story, the agency arrives the next day with little nobody. Scott Eastwood is back. I didn't expect to see him back again. Like, oh shit, he's back. You don't like little nobody? You don't like
little nobody junior?
Nobody junior?
You mean gentrification, the personification of it? Oh, okay. Here's what we do. We got Clint Eastwood, just make him younger.
I see that. But I mean, I don't like 8, but he was one of the few things that I liked that movie. Like, all right, I don't hate him in this movie, but he's fine. You can tell they were trying to make him like Brian O'Connor somehow, kind of, a
Mm.
little bit.
He's
but
not as charismatic as Paul Walker.
No, they
I'm just
try,
saying
but
that.
no, let's not.
It's
let's
not
go
there.
He's not there.
I'd wanna give him a praise if I could, but it wasn't there for me.
No. But I was glad that he showed up, and he had a little bit of a fun scene here with him and Dom and Letty explaining like what's going on. Like, apparently, because Cypher survived. Because people die with less than 4 pints of blood, but no, Cypher's more than average. She's not an average person. She lost.
Somehow
6
she's an
pints of
anime
blood.
character. I don't know how that's
She
happening.
lost 6 pints of blood, and she's still okay. She still pulled through. All right, man. Like once you're in the circle of the family, you survive anything. Doesn't
Right.
Family.
I'm not average anymore. But so yeah, almost everybody's superhuman. Like even Cypher this time around. So okay. But wait a minute, what a twist! Apparently the agency didn't send Roman and Tej to this mission. It was a ruse. It was Jason Momoa. It's a setup, people.
It's a setup.
I feel like this scene could have just been stopped if they had one phone call.
Yeah, right.
That's it.
Trusting.
It's kind of
Rome's
ridiculous to
intelligence.
me
Yeah.
that they went through all this effort.
I was like,
They could have just called the agency up real quick. Hey, did you?
right? Yeah.
No,
I
okay.
didn't think about
I'm
that
just,
actually.
I'm flabbergasted at the fact that they have this like long scene after that.
Mhm.
I'm like, this could have just all been avoided had you called up
That's true.
Mr. Little Nobody.
It's
It's like you didn't have a
nobody.
meeting about this. You didn't have multiple meetings about this just to make sure.
No, man.
Because they
Stuff
bring
was
up meetings, and I'm like, what? Y'all didn't have a meeting about this stuff?
It's yeah. I didn't think about that. Like I don't know how especially Ramsey. They're like, wait, let's check up on this. Let's go. Let's write Little Nobody or Mr. Nobody
You
wherever
can
he
tell
is.
how rushed this movie is sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't even think about that. So that
I think that's one of the problems with the movie overall is that it just has like one or two too many action scenes. I think one could be like cut and the movie would be better for it because it's just condensed it a little bit just to move it along. And I think this kind of is, I don't know, maybe not this one, but it's just like how many times is Jason Momoa gonna wreak havoc on the family and I don't know. It's a little too much, but that's what you mean. It's like this could have been avoided, and we could have saved all the budget for another action scene.
Yeah, and you could have found a better way to get this trap, but they didn't even thought it through. They were like, "Oh, it was a trap," but the whole explanation made no sense. So yeah, apparently it was a ruse. Dom gives a promise to little Brian that, "Hey, we'll finish that driving lesson. Don't worry about it. I'll be back. I will be back."
It's so
But-
melodramatic. I love
and
this
Letty,
show.
which was funny, Letty packed her shit quick. I'm like, let's go. Like, let's get.
Well, this
let's
isn't
go
their
to work.
first rodeo. You got to remember that.
Oh yeah, she was like, I'm here.
This is Fast
So,
X.
It's Fast X. So like, all right, we're done. So we cut to Rome. We see the team doing the heist a little bit. We see, I like the Tej and Rancy's little exchange there with Rancy telling him like, hey, that he will live a dolce vita, like she's driving an RC car and not dying in the heist. And she shows her little car knowledge, which she's learning, she's progressing, she's learning a little bit more about car stuff, which Tej loves that. She was like, marry me. He's like, that's all it took, just for me to know a little bit of stuff about cars. Like,
Yeah,
not my brains, my intellect, none
I
of
know.
that. Just cars.
No,
Okay.
yes.
And what was the purpose of the golden Lamborghini? Well, we get to see that later, but we see the car in action. It's there. The car looks fine, but he has a gold Lamborghini for some reason. And I did like this Ramsey joke. Was it? I think yeah. It was just that one about her, because they're fleshing out a little bit. Like even I started seeing that a little bit in 9. They're kind of fleshing her out a little bit, kind of giving her a little bit of stuff more. And this time around, they kind of still do a little bit more, which I appreciate. Because before this, they were like doing nothing with her.
Yeah, because she like knows
there.
people. It's like, hey, I have this person. It's like, okay, like we get a little bit more about her. So I do appreciate that.
Yeah, and I did like her because we're seeing her a little bit more of her personality. She's not this serious kind of dry character. She does have a little bit of personality. She can roll with the guys, and
Especially since it's her 10th movie. No, no, for her fourth Fast and Furious movie. You forget that she showed up in 7 was her first appearance.
Exactly.
Like, dang, she was in 8, 9, and then now 10. It's like,
yeah, it was just it's crazy. Yeah, because she's been in all these movies and they haven't done much with her. So I was glad to see they did a little bit more. It's still the bare minimum, but
definitely bare minimal.
But like I still like to see like, hey, we're doing something with her. All right, she's not just eye candy and that's it. So yeah, Dom Letty, Little Nobody, they show up, they're there. Little Buddy gives a Tinder joke like, hey, I followed this Tinder. I know that's why they're here. Like, so how did you find Tom's Tinder again?
Well, it's most certainly implied like, well, I'm not into that.
Right.
But like, I even had to go. Like, he's like, I had to go that far, and I'm like, who are you trying to, fool me or yourself?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that they ended that joke with, man, it was such a grind to find him on there. Just the way it was so like hyper masculine, the way he said the line. I was
but that would have been like, too much thought to put into that joke. These writers cannot do that.
Well, they get canceled.
No.
Right?
No, like I can't.
Duh.
No, we just assume that Little Nobody just did some spy investigation, like he found Han's Tinder somehow. So that's how we.
He was spying on the low.
They really do. They're like, I even found that.
Well, I don't know how I found that.
Oh, he says like he was like, I even had to go that far.
Sure, buddy.
Like that's the implication. Like, oh, I had to go that.
Like the depths I have to do to find the crew, man. Oh,
you didn't have to mention that, by the way. He did not have to go that far, and like, but he did.
And you found his Tinder, so it's not a big deal. Like, they made it like a huge deal. Like, oh my god, like I had to find Han's Tinder. What the hell? Okay. So then we're introduced to Tiny Tej, the RC car, which is a little bit funny. I liked it. It's a little funny. I did like Roman's joke. You're like, hey, his cut's just like you. It's tiny, haha, whatever. And then, I mean, I thought he did a great joke there. I'm not great. He did a pretty serviceable joke. But then you had to ruin it with none your business joke.
Yeah, what? You didn't find that wasn't funny? That wasn't clever? That wasn't witty? No?
No, I mean...
Don't you love how they just address something that's completely off frame for no reason, just to make a joke?
Who writes these jokes?
Like, those nuns are so far away from the cars.
Right? These nuns...
This isn't the only joke that they make about this, by the way.
No.
Like they start making jokes about the Vatican. They start.
Oh yeah.
There's jokes where I'm like, well, some of them are funny, some of them aren't.
Yeah, some of them were, but this one was like, oh god,
yeah,
none your business. Are we 9th grade? Like, what the fuck was this joke? It was stupid. I hated that. But yeah, apparently the purpose of the golden Lamborghini was to shed light on the truck driver. I don't know how he planned this out with the sun and the trajectory and all that, but he had his plan out somehow. I was like, all right, that makes no sense. But
yeah, he had no
plan. I was like, whatever. So anyway, we proceed to see the heist play out, and we see, Jason is there. So something's about to go. Not everything is going to go down as they thought. Well, yeah, so we see the heist play out, which is pretty cool. We see Ramsey driving, which is cool. I like seeing that little reference back to 9, where she explains that she's never driven before. So it's a cool little connection there. They still follow some threads here with these characters. And we see they come... Because I remember, like, when she drove that car, like, she wiped out the entire city with the magnet. I'm like... I don't know how people did not die in that scene, but... People did not die, apparently. But as we continue, we find out that Jason had bombs strapped to some of the trucks. And he kind of turns into the Joker out of nowhere. Like, this character was kind of serious for the most part. He still has some jokes here and there. But at this one moment, he's done. He's just the Joker from here on out.
Yeah, he is very Jokerish. He does the thing that Joker does. It's like, there's a joke about... That's like the worst job in the DC universe is to be a Joker henchman, because you're gonna catch an L. It's gonna be most likely be from the Joker. Like your boss is going. It's gonna.
Like he even has the henchman and it's like every time we cut back to him, he goes crazier and crazier. He starts dancing
and they're just, mind you, like every time that the henchmen are there, they're just not saying anything. It makes it more funnier to me. The fact that he's just like saying all this shit, and they're just kind of looking all concerned, like. Yeah. And he had the audacity in one scene to go, "Oh, well, don't go anywhere because I still have your families."
Yeah, right.
It's like, what in the Joker shit is this?
Yeah,
like be seen but not heard.
Right. Yeah, the family will never even mention or talk about, and you guys are here for some reason. We're never gonna interact with you. It was weird, but yeah,
well, he does. But we'll get into that.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. But like he becomes a joke, like dancing. He's thrusting the joystick to his laptop for some reason. He's like, yeah. Like, okay.
My theory is that they just told Jason Momoa, we don't give a fuck.
Go crazy.
Just do what you want.
Yeah. Maybe at this point, director's like, do you want to have your own take for this character? Like, what do you want to do, Jason? Like, all right.
He was like,
my take.
All right, let me get some guy liner. Let me go ahead and poof up my hair a little bit. This is about to be a commentary.
Like this character took a shift, and I liked it in a way. We'll get into that.
I loved every second of it.
But I was like, all right, you're interested
showing
here.
Scenery.
He's showing his scenery. I'm like, all right, you're interested in me. I liked it. But another twist comes up with like the cargo they were stealing is a motherfucking bomb, like a big ass bomb. It's in the truck, which Ted he makes. I don't know. He doesn't make the best joke. Like, oh, we're gonna blow everything to like 7 kingdoms of hell or whatever. Like, all right,
I already forgot it.
Right there. And there was like kind of some bad green screen with Ramsey driving. Like, oh, that looks pretty bad. But I also like how Jason Momoa calls a little buddy like Captain America, which I kind of see that. Like, he's kind of like the patriot, like straight man there. Like, no, I don't take shit from nobody. Which I kind of like that joke. So anyway, the team reunites amidst everything. The action, Vin's there, Letty's driving the bike, and everything it's going crazy. So yeah, they try to put a line there to stop the truck, which flips over. Which looks kind of decent. Like, all right, that's a pretty cool. I don't know if it's a stunt. I don't know if that's a truck flipping or it's CG. I don't know. But oh god, everything afterwards.
You'll be able to see what scenes are not real and what are.
And there's one scene here. Like, it's quick. God. So like the part where Han and Roman are trying to stop the truck from rolling off the cliff with their cars. It's insane to me. I'm like, okay, I don't know how the cars are going to stop a truck from moving, but it's Fast and the Furious. I'm not going to think about it too much.
Magic.
But anyway, they stop the
car
truck.
Magic.
Yeah, car magic. The truck stopped, but wait a minute, the bombs rolls off. It's this is where it just gets crazy to me. What is this? And it's interesting because I don't know if you guys seen Debt Reckoning, Mission Impossible 7 yet, or yes, 7.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Like, there's a sequence that looks exactly like this one, but that movie did it better.
Well, it's probably all practical because
it's all practical.
Mr. Crazy Hanks.
There's actual cars
Crazy Cruise, I should call him.
There's actual cars in those scenes. Jesus Christ. The scenes where Dom's trying to stop the bomb and he's going through the stairs, that looked like shit to me. Like, yes. God damn, like some PS4 graphics there, like
it was more like PS3, but
PS3.
You go ahead and give it that credit if you'd like.
Oh my god, like what is this? And there's some cool stuff with like Letty kind of chasing Jason for a while.
Yeah, because those are two actors actually on bikes.
Exactly, and she did like cool.
Jason Momoa actually does ride bikes in real life, so like he was totally down to do that scene.
Yeah, that was like kind of the most decent part of the whole sequence for me.
Probably one of the best.
Yeah, probably one of the best things. But
the whole sequence is okay. There's definitely some choreography to it. It's not like it's the worst action scene ever, but the CGI is extremely noticeable.
Oh, yeah, that's the problem because the whole sequence wasn't terrible. It's a lot of CGI. I just couldn't connect with it or couldn't.
It's certainly better than 8.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I was just like, I don't know. I mean, still the whole city's getting wrecked to shit with this bomb. Cars are getting destroyed. People are getting killed. Cops are getting killed. Like Dom's like flipping cop cars and killing them. I was like, it did remind me of like Uncharted 4 for a little while from like one sequence specifically, but
yeah.
Uncharted 4 did it better.
Yeah, Uncharted 4, I mean, this is Uncharted.
Uncharted 4, you know?
I mean, set pieces in all those movies or all those games.
Yeah, right? It's like, wow, this game did it better. This movie did it better, and Fast X is, I don't know. It wasn't great. Also, like, Tej, Ramsey, and Han, they kind of escape like Ninja Turtles. They go to the sewers and there.
I'm so glad you mentioned that because it's so ridiculous how they pan over after the cops.
Yeah.
They just somehow avoided the cops. I don't know what the hell they did.
Yeah, because
they must have rolled around
like,
a little bit. They pulled a Taken.
Yeah, you do the whole Ninja Turtle thing with the sewer grate, like just the last second, like come on, man. Okay, sure, it's cartoony, but I like it. I also like how Jason tells the lady like "Mama culo" for no reason, and flipped her off and like.
Yeah, that was a bit random.
It's random, but I love it.
I was like, well, he said the word right, but
yeah, I just
don't know what he said it for.
I mean, you're in Italy. I don't know if they say "Mama culo" over there, but okay.
I think he was more so trying to.
Like, I guess like
I don't know if he was thinking actually. Now that I thought about it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess because he's technically Brazilian in this movie,
right?
Yeah. He's technically.
I was like thinking, there's no other reason he would say it other than that.
Yeah, so I guess that's his. He's like, "Hey, Mama culo," because that's what we say back home. Mama culo, and just flips her off.
Even though he barely uses any Spanish for the rest of the film.
Right.
Well, I mean, if he's Portuguese, he'd be more likely to be speaking. I mean, if he's from Brazil, he'd most likely be speaking Portuguese, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
I guess that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why the hell did he?
In Spanish.
Yeah.
No, I mean, more likely.
Yeah. And it's random because there's like 2 scenes where he kind of puts an accent to there, but for the whole movie, it's like he's just speaking like Jason Momoa. I'm like, I don't hate it, but it's very inconsistent there. But hey,
they gotta let you know. Not only are our heroes racially ambiguous, but so are our villains.
Our villains. Kind of like Carter Verone, because apparently he was Cuban, right, or something.
Yeah, he was doing that makeup on his face. That's what he was doing. Ma'am, put it on my face, the offensiveness. Anyways, let me get into this role of Carter.
Wasn't he racially ambiguous too?
I don't know about that.
No.
I think they were like, let's just slap some tanning on him and
some
call it night.
Yeah, slick his hair back and hope no one noticed.
Yeah.
Newsflash, everybody knew it.
That was back in the old 2003. They didn't give a shit. But I laughed hysterically when Dom saves those civilians with his car from the blast.
Car magic.
Come on.
He's
apparently like a drink just saved everybody. I was like, okay. It was, oh my god, I don't know. Just everything. Don tries to stop with the bomb, and little nobody like he takes on point like, no, I got this, but then like Jason straps a bomb to his truck. I'm like, oh shit, is he gonna die? Which I thought he was gonna die. To be honest, I'm like, oh shit, this might be the last scene we're gonna see from Scott Eastwood, but no, of course he didn't. He survived. You gotta say out he's alive. Or CGI goes crazy. Apparently he's gonna roll down to the Vatican and they're gonna explode into the Vatican. So oh no. And the way they resolve that issue, just like, oh, let me just push the bomb with my car into a convenient construction ramp that's in the bridge. Oh no, well, like he drove off the bridge, right? He drove off the bridge. He hit the the crane and push up the bomb off the bridge. I was like, sure, I'm still here. All right, I'm not gonna think about it too much. Did I like it? No, but all right, sure. But what I did like is like even though the bomb exploded in the ocean, there's still some consequences. Not everybody made it out.
There are consequences.
There are some consequences. Even though, oh yeah, and I forgot. Like even after that, because it didn't end with just the bomb exploding. It had to end with Dom driving away from the explosion. Every cop is dying behind him, but hey, it's Vin Diesel, man. I'm driving faster than everybody.
Out here making
this
bacon.
was just giving me flashbacks to the Wheelman, which is a shitty video game,
Oh.
but lots of fun.
No, like this.
Although that video game takes place in Spain, but it was definitely reminding me. I was like, dang, was Vin Diesel like trying to appeal to his like Wheelman fan, which Wheelman is its own video game thing that they tried to make into a franchise with Vin Diesel, and that failed.
No. But this scene, I just cracked up. I was like, sure, he survived the blast radius, this huge blast radius, which is funny. And this whole scene also reminded me, I don't know if you remember you guys, but this reminded me of the safe scene from Fast 5. Like, it's basically the same structure. We're going to wreck the whole city. We
have to give you nostalgia.
We have to give you nostalgia. But even Jason says, like, hey, remember what you did to me in Rio? I kind of did the same thing with the bomb.
Yeah.
So, nostalgia. I'm trying to destroy your life here. So, yeah, so Dom survived, whatever. We cut to the agency HQ, which looks, oh, God, it's really, really bad. Huge, Cerebro-looking room where the agency is.
But we get Brie Larson.
It looks horrible. Well, yes, we see Brie Larson like, oh, shit, she's in this movie? Oh, crap. So she walks into Alan Richardson.
Actually acting in this movie.
Yes. She's walking to see Alan Richardson, who's a.k.a. Jack Reacher. If you guys don't know, he also did Leonardo. Oh, wait, was it Leonardo?
I'll be honest with you. I didn't even know who the guy was. All I cared about in this scene was Brie Larson, and that was kind of it.
Hey, I will say, I like Alan Richardson. I think he's a pretty good actor. He's pretty underrated for me.
I guess I got to educate myself.
He's still getting there. But I thought in this movie, he was pretty good. I thought he was.
He's not bad.
He was pretty good. And I also like how, so they get to meet each other. Apparently, oh shit, Brie Larson is Mr. Nobody's daughter, who we never mentioned before. I mean,
it's just Brie Larson. Let's just not question.
It's Brie Larson. I get it, Mr. Nobody, he's secretive.
Why did you have this?
He has a lot of secrets, so I get it. That's fine. But yeah, so she's there. She's, I think her name was Tez. Yeah, exactly, Tez. So Tez is there. I forgot Jack Richard's name in this movie. I forgot his name. I'll remember later. But yeah, so they're talking about
tough guy number one.
Tough guy. Let's just call him the Rock. Just a soft, great value Rock. Because that's apparently he was. They were kind of playing with that.
Sir, he's Dollar Tree Rock.
Dollar Tree.
He's no great value Rock. Okay.
It's Dollar Tree, because they were kind of messing with that, like, oh, he's kind of like The Rock, because he's an authority figure. He's trying to chase down Vin Diesel, but will he turn and become one of them as well? We'll talk about that a little bit. But yeah, so they're talking about like, what happened, like, oh my God, the Vatican is crazy, they destroyed everything. I also love how they explain, like, he explains the whole franchise to us, how ludicrous. No pun intended.
It's time for me to leave.
How crazy this franchise has been. Like, oh yeah, so these guys were like street thugs stealing DVD combo packages, and now they're like super spies. Like, how did this super spies?
Yeah, they're like superheroes.
Yeah, no, they're superheroes now. And even I kind of like that they referenced it, but at the same time, I don't like that they referenced it, because he was like, oh, apparently these guys, they break the laws of physics. I'm like, I kind of like to acknowledge it, but it doesn't excuse all the bullshit you guys did in this movie. So I like you guys reference it, like, yeah, we don't give a shit. They do break the laws of physics, but yeah, so they can do whatever. Oh, by the way, his name is Ames. I forgot. His name is Ames. So yeah, so explain everything. They want to track down everybody, even though Brie Larson's like, no, but they're good people. Let's help them out. They were set up for sure. And Ames like, no. The days are over. And apparently he calls it like It reminded me of the Avengers. You know, remember the Avengers where like Nick Fury was talking to like faceless people on screen. They did the same thing here. Like, who are these people? I don't know. Like, should we track them down? All right, cool. All right, let's do that. So we cut back to Rome, which Rome is fucked up. Everything is like blown to pieces. I didn't expect to see that in a Fast and Furious movie because even though they wrecked the cities now, we never see the aftermath afterwards. Like, all right, we'll just we see some action scene, but we don't exactly know what happened to the whole city. The collateral damage and all that stuff.
Oh no, they make it clear this time. Like,
oh yeah,
they fucked up the city.
Yeah, there's some consequence. Like people, I mean, I love how the news reporter like, no one died. Thankfully, no one died. I'm like, really?
No.
They make that clear though in every shot. Like they're like, oh, this thing is conveniently avoiding every human being.
Yeah. 600, 700 people injured. No deaths.
It's crazy. I'm like, all right, kind of remind me of what's in Fast Five. The bus flipped over and like no one died in that crash. To get the same thing here, like, oh, this huge explosion happened in Rome. Thankfully, no one died because we can't make them look like bad guys. I mean, we're blaming them as bad guys, but not entirely. They're not killers, right? They're not killers. Okay. So yeah, so everything seems dire and bad. Like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Mama Shaw shows up out of nowhere. Oh shit, she's back. She's like, hey, Roman Holiday. I hated that line. So she's there, and they're talking about like, hey, I told everybody what you wanted to do. I told them where to go. This secret hideaway that we don't know yet. It's interesting. That intrigued me. Like, so what is this hideaway that everybody in his family knows that we don't know? That's interesting. So apparently Mama Shaw's like, hey, I know that you're all about family, you're all about saving people, but this is the end, man. I don't think you can do this anymore. I don't think you can get away from the situation. Like this it's done. But Dom's like, no, family, man. Yeah, I gotta save my family. So I'm gonna do it, damn it. I might die, but I'm gonna save my family. So he's gonna do something. We don't know what yet, but he's gonna do something. And God's Eye is back. I mean, again, they're bringing everything back from this franchise. Like God's Eye is back. Tess has it. She took the hard work from Ames. Because Ames like, wait, where's God's Eye? I'm like, oh shit, Tess took it away. Oh no. And so he uses it to find Dominic Toretto. Because we're gonna find Dominic Toretto. And where do we go? Oh, we go back to Toretto household with little baby Brian and Mia. They're playing Rocket League on Xbox.
I think it was Hot Wheels, actually.
Was it Hot Wheels?
Yeah, because if you rewatch the scene, it does actually say Hot Wheels on the screen.
Oh, I didn't know that. But I was like, oh, it's funny. They're playing a crazy car game. Like, huh, interesting.
Yeah, sure.
Franchise is doing that. So they're there again. Brian gives a little like, doesn't matter if you win by inch or a quarter mile. Like, oh, dad. I'm sorry. Like, oh my god. Again, where's Brian O'Connor? They never mention him. Where is he? He's taking care of a kid, I guess. But we don't mention where he's at. Mia's there for some reason, but Brian's not there. So then, boom, they get attacked by the agency, I think. Yeah, the agency, right? Or somebody. I don't know who was attacking there. But, oh, shit, it's John Cena. I was like, oh, shit, John Cena? I forgot I was in this movie. Like, oh shit! And Jacob, his name was Jacob. So he's there. His Dom sent him to protect him. Like, hey, your dad sent me to protect you.
It's that brotherly love.
Like, why did he send the brother who tried to kill him a movie ago and not his best friend Paul Walker?
I guess off screen we're supposed to be told that, like, the implication at the end of F9 is, well, I'll call you if I need you.
That's just
I guess.
You're my brother.
It's all. I mean, it's cool that he, got his brother. They fix things. Patch things together. It's awesome. But like, why did you call Brian in the first place? That's your go-to guy for a mission to save your family.
Convenience.
Yeah, I was like, whatever. So Jacob is gonna tell Brian to the place where, if all went to hell, which we don't know what that means. Like, what is this place? So Mia mentioned. Oh yeah, so Mia does mention Brian. He said that I think he's with his son, but yeah, whatever. So she's gonna go there. And also, it's weird. Even since the last movie, I always felt like Jacob and Mia's interactions are weird. Like
Yeah.
they don't
Are we
interact.
siblings? Like,
Yeah, like you guys are related, right? You guys are talking like you guys don't know each other. It's weird. It's always
A lot of action movies do this because they don't know how to write kids and adults in the same scene.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I
They try to make
it.
everything seem all like natural, but instead it comes off like, "Why are you cheating?"
Yeah, but I don't know. I just find it weird because even though they do speak a little bit more in this movie than the last movie, it's just they kind of feel off. Like it almost feels like Jacob doesn't like Mia for some reason. Like I don't like you. I only like my brother. Like Mia, you're there, I guess. I'm like it's weird. I don't know. And it's crazy to think that this is the last. I mean, I'm spoiling this future stuff that happens in the movie, but this is the last time we're gonna see them together. That's of right now. So that sucked. I'm like, wow, really? You guys didn't do anything with Jacob and Mia together? That was disappointing. So anyway, so yeah, Jacob's like, hey, I'll take Brian to the place where it all went to hell. I do like this little scene where Brian thinks we're gonna go to this big ass, badass truck. Like, hell yeah, we're gonna go in this truck. And Jacob's like, nope, we're gonna go in this shitty car right here.
yeah, it's Fox Body Mustang.
It's much better here. Which I mean, also let's face it, like Jacob is not the same character here. He's just John Cena in this movie. The jokey John Cena we've seen from Peacemaker and all these Trainwreck. It's like it's almost like a 180, but sure,
I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
we
I
can
like
assume.
John Cena. So.
Yeah, I mean, we can assume that Jacob was like this before he got pissed.
I mean,
off.
they gave him absolutely nothing to do in 9, so I'm
Yeah.
okay with him
Oh
not
yeah, no,
being
I
in
like
character. So.
Yeah, I like what they did here. It's just like, oh, it's a complete 180. But I mean, I guess we could say he was like this before he got crazy and like.
It's definitely implied.
Yeah,
it's implied.
So I liked it. It was cool. I like seeing that. But anyway, we cut to Naples, where Tess she walks to a bar. She's a badass. Everybody just wants to kill her for some reason. But then she finds somebody. I don't know. I think I heard like the bartender. Correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew. I think the bartender's like, is he a rapper or something?
I have no idea.
I was thinking the theater like, oh, he's a rapper. I'm like,
I guess.
I'm like, maybe he's a rapper from Naples. I don't know.
I don't know because they're playing music as if I'm supposed to know who this is possibly. So maybe.
Yeah, because they kind of show his face a little bit, like, oh, you know who he is, right? Well, I don't know who he was. I just thought he was just.
I don't know, but they're like, yeah, we got him for this one shot.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, that's cool for people from Naples. You know, if you know him, you know him. But I don't know him. But I heard something in the theater like, oh, he's that guy. Like, I don't know who that is. But also I did like this scene because, I mean, nothing against Brie Larson, but this is a time where we kind of see her shine a little bit more from other movies like Captain Marvel, where she's just kind of just deadpan for the most part. So I did like her. I mean, I don't think she's great in this movie. She's she's fine, but she's better than other movies I've seen her recently do. So like, all right, it's cool to see her do some jokes and fighting people. You know, get some one-liners in there. I like that. And of course, Dom. So who's there in the bar? It's Dom. He's there chilling in the bar. He's like, I knew you'd find me because I know everything apparently. And of course, Dom knew Mr. Nobody had a daughter because he knows everything. Like I knew Mr. Nobody had a daughter because he told me about it. Like, can he just not know something for once? Jesus Christ! Like, yes, I know everything. Like I know everything. I'm 2 steps ahead of everybody. Sure, Dom or Vin Diesel in this case. Showing your ego here. So yeah, they speak about like Tess knows the God's eye and everything, or the pieces together, and holy shit, Reyes. You know, Jason has something to do with Reyes. Like, oh, who do you piss off? And you have enemies in Rio? And Dom's like, yeah,
about that.
Yeah, about that. I mean, people love me there, but yeah, we gotta have a little trouble there. So I did like Oh yeah, I did like also like this little scene where like Tess, she says like, "Oh, nobody can do that." Like, and Finn says like, "Nobody can." Get it? Because she's
nobody.
Ooh, that was a little clever, I think. So yeah, so after Dom decides to go to Rio and asks Tess for help, Because I forgot, Letty got, she's in prison. She got in prison. She got caught. Oh shit, what's gonna happen here? So Tessa's like, well, fuck, I don't know. She's in like a black site. It's impenetrable. I can't get her out of there. But Dom's like, you can do this, because I'm making you do this. I'm like, all right, fuck. Well, I could try something. I'll see what I can do. So after that, we cut to London with Roman, Hedge, Ramsey, Han. Like, all right. So we're trying to branch out to like all these different subplots. Some of them I'm like, all right. Some of them I'm like, don't care. And this is one of them. This London storyline. Oh my god, it was just dreadfully boring to me. Like, so yeah, they open a container. They make a joke like Roman got perfume on. It smells like shit apparently. And like Roman, we planned to go to London. He's like, oh, let's go to somewhere that back to your hometown, Ramsey. And Ramsey's like, oh fuck, well this is completely covered with surveillance and cameras and everywhere, so this is not a great idea. But okay, we're here. So after that, we cut back to Jacob, because we're jumping everywhere now. We're cutting to London. We're cutting to Rio. Now we're cutting back to Jacob and Brian, who are in the desert driving. I did like the scene a little bit because John Cena just putting his comedic chops there, putting some like, oh, don't swear, don't say shit, don't say the word shit. Let's put some Marky Mark songs in there. He's like, oh, did you know he became an actor? I'm like, that's crazy, right? Like, oh, cool. And I feel like Brian in the scene, he's a charming little kid. I like him. I wasn't annoyed by him or anything. I like him. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, once you get him in a room with an actor that's better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, John Cena's worked in years for wrestling. I think he knows how storylines go.
Yeah, it's a charming little scene together. We're like, oh, we're bonding, uncle and nephew. I like that. And we cut back to the black site where Letty's there and Tessa's there. She's trying to get her out there. I'm like, hey, let's get out, but you got to follow my lead. So she stabs Letty in the shoulder. I'm like, oh, shit, I didn't expect that. And then like the agency comes there to take her away. Oh, shit. So what's going to happen here? We don't know. We cut back to Rio. Man, we're everywhere. We're all over the place. And we're back to a race scene. It's been a while since we've been in a race scene, and this is pretty cool. I mean, I obviously it reminds me a lot of Fast Five. Obviously, we got a J Balvin song there for a little while, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I felt like this whole scene they did it on purpose because they want you to remind you like, hey, remember these old scenes we did back in the old movies with the races and.
There's also a reason for it, but yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason for it, but like, hey, like when they party in the street, women like wearing like booty shorts, and we're going to close up on the camera on them,
They're reminding you, like, yes,
we know
they look good.
I mean, every Fast and Furious movie has a scene with a woman on a booty shorts, like on a party. They're always a close-up.
Whether it's the extreme, like the older ones, or F9, that's like. No, we're gonna have a tasteful shot where all the people are dancing.
European models,
right?
And I mean, like the implication is that like they're what you think they are, but like they're all distinguished. And this movie says, "Fuck that!
Fuck that! Like ass." Okay.
No, we're gonna play loud music. We're gonna have all these lights, and they're gonna shake their ass.
They're dancing, baby. Yeah. So yeah, of course Dom, he arrives in Rio, and of course he's beloved. Everybody loves him in Rio. Like, oh yeah, it's Dominic Toretto. He's back, baby.
They have like a gunfight. They have like a full-on gunfight.
Gunfight.
They're doing some like Shakespeare shit from the Leonardo DiCaprio one. They're starting to like point guns at each other without using them.
Which I'm like,
we can all die right now.
All right. And I was like, that's a little sad to see. It was like, it's kind of making Rio look bad. Like, oh, Rio, everybody has a gun and they're all criminals. I was like, ugh, yikes. Like, this is kind of bad. But of course, he shows up. He talks to Diogo, which, if you don't remember him, he's from Fast Five. I'm like, oh, shit. I'll be honest, I forgot he was in Fast Five. I had to research him. Like, oh, yeah, he was in Fast Five. And, of course, Ratcatcher was there, which I forgot her name, that Daniela Melchior?
That's Ratcatcher? I didn't even realize that was her.
Yeah, that was Ratcatcher. I'm like,
I don't know what she had gone on during this movie, but I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely got a crush on you.
Yeah. I started like, oh, like, okay. Which is also interesting. Like, they're bringing people from like Suicide Squad and Marvel in this movie, like Brie
I
Larson.
didn't realize that was her
Ratcatcher.
until I had to look it up and be like, oh, okay, that's where I know you from.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's
I
what.
didn't realize it was her.
Oh yeah, so it was cool to see her. Like, oh, yeah, she's here. I don't know her character's name, but I'll just call her by the actor's name, Daniela Melchior, or whatever you say his name. But of course, she's there. She dares Dom to a race, like, hey, I'll beat you. I'm the shit here in Rio, not you, old man.
Well, that is until Jason Momoa decides to sexually
Oh,
harass her.
yeah. Yeah.
He's like, you looking good, girl.
he does. He's like tonguing and everything. I'm like, you see, they just had to crowbar some way to make him a villain in this movie.
It was weird, but yeah. So Jason shows up, which by the way we find out his name is Dante Reyes.
Oh,
Dante
yes.
Reyes. So he's there. He reveals he was behind the whole bomb and everything. Like, hey,
It was me all along.
it was me. And like he explains a little bit of his reasoning, like, oh, because you took the money away from me, you killed my dad. Even though he admits that his dad was shitty and he never liked him, but fuck it, I still hate you for it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So on sight.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's not clear your motivations here. Okay. Even though he's all about like, oh, I don't have money anymore, but I still have a lot of money. So like, you have money, but you don't have it. It's.
Well, you know, he has a billionaire's problem. You know, he has money, but he's got a lot of money he owes. You know.
Oh yeah, because even he drops a bag full of money, right? He's like, ha, boom! If you beat me, you get all this money. I'm like, oh shit. So yeah, they proceed to have a my dick is bigger than yours contest. We're like, hey, all these people have guns and they're going to kill you, but no, wait, all these people are on my side and they have all guns against you. Who's bigger than you? I'm gonna beat you. Who's gonna kill each other first? So yeah, we did have a race scene, which yeah, we like you said, we can see the Gasolina song is in there. They kind of sampled it for a little bit. I did like the scene. I did like this racing scene a little bit. I'm like, oh wow, we actually have a pretty good racing scene. Because it's been a while since we have a good, decent racing scene. When was the last time we did do a racing scene?
I guess 8,
right?
9. There was in the flashback. There's
in the flashback in 9.
Yeah.
For the NWA.
Yeah, it was a racing scene in Havana, right? In Cuba, I think. Yeah, I think it was in the game. That was a fine race. I mean, this was kind of a race, but then it became an action set piece afterward. It's like, oh, it's not a.
Well, they just had to remind you just enough.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's just like a couple seconds. Like, oh, we got a
race like plus bombs.
Yeah. Now we got bomb, and then he became the Joker again. Like, well, Dom, who are you gonna choose? Who are you gonna say?
Blow someone up. Maybe both.
Yeah, you gotta say somebody. Who is it?
I'll blow up.
So I love how he saves Daniela. He somehow gets the bomb from beneath the car. I don't know how he did it, but he somehow did it by flipping her car. But she was like, "What the fuck, man? Don't do that." But he's gonna try to save Diogo. He's like, "I'm gonna save you," but it's too late, man. His car blew up. He died. That's the only character from the series who's dead so far.
Don't you love how they're like, yeah, we're gonna show you that anybody can die as long as they're not in the main cast.
Yeah, right. If he's not a main cast, you will die. Like, oh no. So he died, and of course Jason's like, ha, aren't I a stinker? And he just drives away. He's like, I'll see you next time. Just like the Joker. It's like, I'll see you later. So like, okay. So yeah, Diogo died, and Daniela's safe. So that's whatever.
And
so we cut
all
back
happy.
yeah, right. We cut back to Letty, who's having a laser surgery by robots. Yup. And oh, did you forget Cypher's in this movie? Because the movie makes you remember she's still here. Because who's next to her? It's Cypher. She's getting surgery again. I don't know why, but she's there. And then Blade's like, God damn it. And we cut from there. And we come back to Rio. Again, we're jumping everywhere. We're going here, we're going here, we're going here. We come back to Rio, who we see Dante talking to his 2 henchmen who are dead now. For some reason, he killed them. And this is
That-
really the Joker scene. Like this is
It really
a-
caught me off guard when he just started taping their eyes open.
Yeah.
I was like,
And the camera lingers on this shot, by the way.
Yeah. I was
The
surprised.
camera
Like,
stays lingering on those dead
mhm.
bodies.
Yeah,
he's
I was
talking
surprised.
to
Like, oh,
them. And I'm like, what is this? Like,
yeah.
It
What
really
is this?
caught me off guard. I was like, holy shit, fuck.
Yeah. It
Don't
caught me
do
off
that to
guard.
me.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see like dead body, like corpses in a Fast and Furious movie. Like, oh shit! And
It's kind of a mildly funny scene, but like it's
Yeah.
definitely out of character for the rest of the movie because they never
Yeah.
do this again.
no, yeah, it's a little bit of a character, and it again, they're trying to make Dante like the Joker. He's like, oh, he's talking to dead people. He's trying to be funny to dead people.
While having a conversation about toxic masculinity for some reason.
Yeah, right. It's like
yeah.
that's the thing. That's the thing. That's like I kind of love this character because he's pretty macho, but he's not like the average, like masculine
Yeah, because
guy.
he talks about androgynous. Well, apparently Jason Momoa said it was an androgynous character, and he was given a lot of creative freedom with that. Apparently,
okay, I can
with
see that.
with the
Yeah,
outfits and stuff, and
Yeah.
he was given a lot of freedom to just do what
that's
he
what I
wanted.
like. Yeah, because his outfit, he was painting his nails.
Got
I think he had, like,
eyeliner.
yeah, I think he has curls in his hair, right?
And they make
Like,
sure to get that in the trailer too. They're like, "This ain't gonna be no normal fast villain."
Right.
Dangly earrings, just like things that are just like that are seen or like normalizes more like feminine traits.
Yeah, which I love. That,
Along
like,
with the masculine,
right?
yeah.
Cool. Like we needed somebody like Jason Momoa to come in here and just get out of type and do something against that. So I like that. Like I'm all for this. It's insane where you're talking to two dead people, but I like. So yeah, he's in a laptop. He steals the crew's money. We cut back to Brian and Jacob, who are at a gas station, and they reveal the trunk has a lot of spy stuff and passports and all that stuff. All right. Go back to London, who the crew decides to get weapons, but they have no money. Like, Dante stole all their money. Oh shit! So what are we gonna do? But somehow, conveniently, Roman has money strapped into his jacket because he's always prepared for every situation. Like, hey, we don't have funds in our bank account, but I got money, people. Don't worry.
Where did he get this? They never explain.
Yeah, like where did he get this? Okay, so. It's just funny, but yeah, like I don't know, this whole scene, all the London stuff is just kind of lackluster to me, and it's just kind of boring. Like we're not doing anything here. It's like they try to make these scenes to be like the more comedic ones, like this is a comedic subplot, but that just didn't work for me. That's kind of I was just bored every time they
There's a
come back.
particular actor that comes up soon. I know he's your favorite.
It's just like. They try to do something. This could have been a cool dynamic with these characters, just isolated to themselves, but it didn't work for me. And Han was just there, like I'm here.
If you wanted a Han storyline, you ain't getting it this movie.
You're not getting here. He's just here. Like I'm here, people, and that is it. Oh god. So that sucked. But yeah, we cut back to Yuma with Brian and Jacob. They're in an airport, and then we get a random cameo from Debbie Ryan from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody fame. She was there for some reason, and Josh Dunn, they were there for some reason. That was a random cameo. Like, wait, I know her. Why is she here? So anyway, they're there. Ames finds where they at. He finds out where Dom is at. So it's like, we're gonna go there. Cool. So we come back to Rio. We find out that Daniela is Elena. That's her name, Elena, the old flame of Dominic Toretto. Daniela is her sister, apparently.
Dun, dun, dun.
No. Everything has to be conveniently tied up together. Like, she's a sister we never heard about before. So, all right, cool. What another coincidence. They talk about Elena for a while. Like, Elena was she's a great cop.
I mean, they give her backstory. They're like,
yeah, a huge.
I was the sister that nobody loved. And I'm like, God, you really don't need this. I really don't need a 5 minute scene of her explaining to me everything about this other character that we already know from another movie.
Yeah,
just cut the scene.
I appreciate them trying to do some emotional beats. I'm like, I didn't need this here because could they explain like, I'm always like the bad child. I'm the troublemaker. Elena was like the favorite child because she was the good one, the cop. I'm the girl on the streets. But Don's like, no. Hold on a second. Don't say that to me. Which again, I also like Vin Diesel's acting here because he's holding tears. He's like, don't say that you're from the streets. Because even though we're from two separate worlds, we're still good people. And your sister saw that in me. It's like,
he is like,
oh no. It's like, wait. So was my sister? Was she a good person? Like, she was the best person.
Kinda.
She believed in me. She believed the best in everybody. Like,
I like how her sister magically just somehow fell in love with this penis and was like, yeah, I'm having a baby with this guy.
Right?
They like barely knew each other and suddenly somehow they're in love.
Yeah, they're in love. I'm like, okay. It's whatever. But like, the nail was talking like, oh, like, you think I'm a good person because I'm from the street? And like, yes, you are. It doesn't matter.
You're not, yeah, I'm laughing because you're not wrong. This is how the scene plays out.
Yeah. It's like, okay. And then like Daniela reveals like, oh, my sister had old files on Hernan Reyes. Let's go find him.
Of course, conveniently, the files are right there.
So like, we're gonna go cat through there. But let's cut to a boring ass scene in London. With Pete Davidson, ladies and gentlemen. Pete Davidson is in the
yes, the star of the show.
Woo! He was here.
You got Han out here. Mushroom
It's,
edibles.
It's so weird because again, I was like, wait, Ratcatcher is from Suicide Squad, Pete Davidson's from Suicide Squad, and they're both in this movie.
The Suicide Squad, sir.
What's the?
It's very important that we get that title right.
It's just interesting, like, they're both in this movie. It's interesting.
Yeah, John Cena too.
Yeah, right. So
John Cena too. Yeah,
John Cena too. Oh shit. Damn. So like the casting director was from this movie apparently. So anyway, find out more about Ramsey because they're like, oh, she had a hacker criminal past and whatever. It was, that's cool. So they go to this place to get some stupid shit or whatever. This whole scene sucked. And Han gets a
and they apparently don't understand how edibles work either.
Oh no, like Han gets a muffin and like, oh, be careful with that. It's an edible. And I was like,
although I will say they don't clarify what it is, so maybe that's how this works. I
guess,
but they don't. The implication is because they have Pete Davidson doing edibles that they're weed, right?
I guess.
Yeah, but he was also
It's
talking about
definitely
mushrooms, wasn't it?
Or did they say that? I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like they were talking about something that was other than, I don't know.
Something like that. I know Pete was like, it'll trip you balls. Be careful with that. And Han's like, I don't care.
Pete's just here to be Pete. That's
Pete's just there.
You can just delete him from the scene.
Yeah, this whole scene sucked. I mean, what's the purpose of him?
The particular line he says with the G word, I didn't really care for that.
Oh yeah, I was like, oh god. And again, why is Han eating a muffin and getting high? What was the purpose of that? I don't.
There's no purpose for this.
No purpose
other than we're padding out runtime.
And then it just gets worse with Tej and Roman fighting each other for no reason, just being bitter. I'm like, are we really? You guys acting like children right now, just fighting for nothing? Like, like Roman, you suck, you're stupid. Because of you, we're in this situation. And Roman gets mad and they just fight. I thought they were trying to pull a ruse on Pete Davidson, but like, no, they were actually fighting for real. I'm like, all right, what was this? What was this? This whole scene sucked. I hated it. So yeah, we cut back to Letty, who somehow Cypher escapes from a. I love how convenient you can put your arms just a little bit front, and you can put your finger on the button, and you can boom, you're out of the bed, and you're out of the bed where she was at. I'm like, all right. So yeah, Cypher knocks everyone out with some gas, which she planned out. I don't know how she planned that out, but she planned it out. And then so Cypher helps out Letty. And then once they reach out the elevator, the lady's like, oh, we got like 4 minutes to kill. I guess I'll start fighting you now. So they have this big fighting sequence in the lab, which I thought the fight scene was, it was all right. Did you guys like that fight scene? I thought it was all right. It was
okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a cool shot with Letty like in the air about to punch her, and that was it. Or was it a kick or something like that?
So
Yeah, you
something
could
like
definitely
that.
tell that scene was rushed a little bit.
Yeah, it was rushed. I'm like, okay. So yeah, they fought for a little bit and then cut back to Rio. So Dom and Daniela, sorry, they're investigating Dante's past, and they determined that fuck, he's insane. Like you didn't think so? He's crazy because you see his criminal history. Like he killed people. He's insane. He was crazy. So yeah, he was dangerous all along since he was young. And after Hernan died, he got all of his properties were seized, and the only thing he has left is the infamous police station from Fast Five. We're like, oh shit, we brought that back. That's cool. And then they do this whole like Joker scene again, where he goes to like the police
Oh, yeah.
station.
Here's all the information, all
I'm
the
like, pick up the
backstory, all the pictures.
It's
See, like
phone.
all this, like these like still shots. Again, pictures that I don't know understand how anybody got these pictures.
Yeah, I don't know how I got these pictures. Like, oh, and by the way, The Rock showed up in a quick picture in the background. Like, oh, he's back again. Okay, cool. But I love how like pick up the phone and like, is it's Dante. It's your
Answer
worst.
this phone.
And I was like, what is this? I mean, again, I always said Dom is the Batman of this universe. Ever since The Fast and the Furious, remember when he made a whole crime scene in his head and like, I know
yeah.
died.
His
Like,
little
this
Batman vision,
yeah.
detective vision.
Detective Vision, like this is how it happened. Like, ooh, like he's the Batman of the universe, and Dante's the Joker of the universe because he's the whole layout of like the lighting and the pictures and the videos. I'm like, oh my god! I also love how they have the audacity to show baby Brian, who looks nothing like the current Brian, but like, who gives a shit? So yeah, it's weird. So yeah, we cut back to Brian, little Brian and Jacob. They're in the plane and they talk about like, hey, are you afraid of heights? I'm like, no, I'm just afraid of like planes and whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. So then like, let's go to the bathroom, and apparently these thugs were there the whole time watching them. Like, oh, it's our time now. Let's go kill them. But then like Jacob beats them up. They go down to the cargo area, and this whole raft that he was holding the whole time. Like, it's not a raft. It's a mini jet thing that he was holding out the whole time. Like, okay. And then they jump out, they fly out, and whatever. That was it. And but that was like the one moment where Jake was like, all right, you can swear, you can say shit, all right? Don't you can say shit, but after this, don't say shit anymore. That's the boo boo word. Don't say that. So cut back to London. Han's like, all right, well, fuck it. I know some guy who can help us here. This mysterious person, like who? I wonder who he's talking about. Who can help us here? Of course, it's Deckard Shaw.
Well, it's the transporter, of course.
It's the transporter. I mean, oh god, there's other scenes. I don't know. I mean, it connects with the post-credit scene from last movie. All right, that's cool, but just I don't know why he would trust Deckard. Like he's the dude who killed you, right? Or tried to kill you. Why would you need his help now? I mean, because he's conveniently in London, I guess. It's just I don't know. It's weird, and they start fighting for some reason. I don't know why. Because Deckard feel like, oh, you came here to kill me. Fuck you. But like, shouldn't you feel like, no, we're all fine now. We had a barbecue in the 8th movie. We're all fine, right? I mean, why?
No,
why would
but they gotta argue, you know.
We gotta fight. We gotta fight. And I don't know. I thought Deckard in this movie kind of a little bit out of character for me because apparently he just hates the crew again. I thought we were good terms. I thought we had a barbecue. We got some Coronas. We hate each other again. And Roman's like, oh, it's you again. Ugh, I hate you. I'm like, you shared a Corona with a guy in the 8th movie 2 movies ago. Do you hate him again? What happened here? I don't get it. And the whole fight scene, I thought was fine. I mean, they kind of tease like, oh, we're gonna finally have the match between Han and Deckard, and we didn't really get that. It only lasted for 20 seconds before the agency showed up, so we didn't really get that fight we were all expecting. It was alright, but the whole sequence I thought was okay. Do you guys like that sequence?
It was fine.
No,
It was fine.
Right.
It was like, alright, it's whatever. Deckard's like, oh, I don't want to help you guys. We're like, oh, you gotta help us. Guess who's on the Dante's hit list? your mom. I'm like, oh, hell no. So, all right, I'm part of the crew again for some reason. So we cut back to Rio. Oh, yeah, we cut back to Rio. We get the whole picture stuff. The police station gets raided by Ames' men, and Dom gets arrested. Oh, no, what's going to happen now? Dom gets arrested. Oh, no, the movie's over? No, we still got an hour more to go. So we cut back to Letty, who's climbing up a vent. She's alone, like, I got this. And, we find out she's been in Antarctica the whole time. The black site was in Antarctica. Oh, no. So I guess I need Cypher's help because I can't go out alone without a jacket. I'm going to die. Cypher's like, oh, got you. I got a jacket here. So, yeah, we come back to London. We go to Chaw's little hideout with the cars and stuff. And he's like, don't touch my stuff. So, yeah, I was like, we'll help each other. Because, we see I did like this list of people that Dante has. So, like, I want to kill the people from Fast 5 that we haven't seen again. The two Puerto Rican brothers that we haven't seen since Fast 8, I think. The little cameo that he had. Like, oh, they hit there. I think I saw some characters from other movies. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I'd like to see that. So that's where we're like, all right, we're going to have to go get together and we're going to fight them. But Decker's like, oh, I'm going to find... I think he said something about I'm going to find some help, which he didn't clear who he's going to find, but he's like, I got this. So he leaves the premise, and we don't know what he's going to do. And that's the last we saw of him in the movie. So we'll see what's going to happen with him in the next movie. We have no idea. But, yeah. Yeah, because by the way, I saw him on the... I think of the list, they show like Shane Boswell was in the list from Tokyo Drift. Shane Boswell, he was there. Eva Mendes, the picture they showed her, like, oh, Eva Mendes, remember her? She's still in this universe. So that's cool to see they were in there. So we cut back to Rio, and Ames is disappointed that Dom didn't fight back. I was like, oh, it was too easy. Like, I arrested you, you didn't fight back. I'm disappointed. I'm like, did you want to fight him? Like, just be happy you caught him. Like, Dom is not easy to get. I'm sorry. Like, you can't get him that easily. So he's there. He's talking shit. I'm like, Dom sucks. You're not as cool as I thought. Because, computers run the world. The days of men with cars is over. And Dom's like, oh. I'm like, don't you dare say that. Yeah, he's holding to the car. Like,
I like to be toxic and manly. Okay, cool.
I love like he's holding inside the car and like, what are you doing, Dom? Are you expecting somebody? He's like, I just know something's gonna happen. And he's like, ha ha ha, don't be silly, Dom. And then of course they get attacked by Dante and his men. They get another action sequence on the bridge from the Fast 5. It was like, oh, it's a cool little nod to that sequence. So you have the action sequence there. They start fighting. I thought the sequence was better than most of the sequences in this movie. I thought it was okay. I mean, we get some crazy stuff. Like he gets a shield out of a car. He starts to drift the car around.
Oh yeah.
And he moves around like, like, oh, damn. What's that? I mean, even Ames said like, damn, that was some. All right, props to you. That was some badass shit. That was cool. He uses like a car door as a shield for 1 second. Like, oh shit. And Ames is there fighting.
The movie goes all Marvel for no reason.
Oh yeah, it becomes Marvel. And this is where I thought the movie wants to make you feel like, oh, Ames just feels like the Raw, because like, oh well, I guess like we gotta fight together now and defeat Dante's man. Like, oh shit. So but for a moment it's like, oh, we're definitely replacing the Rock with this new guy. So, that's what we think is gonna happen. So yeah, they're fighting and they do some stuff and do crazy. And oh shit, who shows up? Captain Marvel shows up out of nowhere with a sniper. Boom, and she's helping there. Everything's fine, but then a sniper comes out of nowhere, shoots Brie Larson in the chest. I'm like, oh no, is she gonna die? We don't know if she's gonna die. We don't know if she's gonna die. I mean, she survived the movie. They flew her out, but is she gonna die? We don't know. Depending on her contract with Marvel, if she has time to film another movie, we'll see. But so far, she's survived, and everybody else has survived. And oh yeah, also like Dante brings Daniela there. Like I have her hostage, and I'll lick her face inappropriately, which is so weird. It was disturbing. Like she was like, he went all over her face. That was weird. Like he licked,
like, yeah.
He's like,
ice cream, yeah.
I'm like, what the hell was that? That was weird. But yeah, like this is where I thought the movie was ending. Like, oh, this is where the movie's gonna end, right? Nope. I'm like, we have 36 more minutes. I saw it. I was like, we have 36 more minutes of movie. Jesus Christ! Like, this felt like everything was good to end. Like,
oh no, there's an epic ending.
I was like, oh no, like the slow motion, like everything's dire and bad. Like, oh, what's gonna happen? I thought it was gonna end here, but like, no, we still have more. Like, God, I'm not wasn't ready for that. So yeah, Ames he's fine. They're like, all right, I guess I was wrong about you, Dominic Toretto. You're a good guy after all. Whatever. So we cut to Portugal, where Jacob goes with Brian. I guess I was this a place that they meant to reunite, or right?
I think so.
Think so.
I don't know on that one.
I was like, why? Why would Dominic choose this area? I don't know. But yeah, so they're there. He made a whole mine, repurposed into a secret lair. And then he was like, oh, you see that car over there? I mean, don't touch it yet, but it's a little project of mine, which we're definitely going to use in this movie. So, but like, as of now, don't touch it. But yeah, we come back to London. Oh, yeah, we're on a plane. We got everybody together. And we kind of have an emotional scene between Tej and Roman for once in a while. That was cool. Like, they were like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to fight you.
Sorry, bro.
I'm sorry, bro. I don't think you're stupid at all, Roman. I think you're actually smart. And you know what? You deserve to be a leader because I'm sorry I doubted you. And I'm like, I'm sorry, man. It's all right. So they hug it out. Everything's cool. And yeah, all this nonsense. It's just, I don't know. This whole subplot of them fighting and arguing with each other is just nonsensical. It's just so stupid. Just nothing. And I also like the touch of seeing Rancy feeling guilty about God's side. She's like, oh my God, like, all this is my fault. If it wasn't for the tech that I made, none of this would have happened because they didn't have access to all this surveillance and shit. Like, I made something bad. So I like that. Again, they're doing something more for her. They're developing her a little bit more. We come back to Portugal. Dante's men raid the lair. Oh no, Jacob gets into the tank car thing that he made, which is kind of cool. And they kind of have a cool combat scene, which is like a little twisted metal kind of style. I liked it. And yeah, just Dante's just being silly here. Just being, I don't know. He's very. I love he's being like very flamboyant and just dancing around in the tower like. He's just like just dancing around like, oh my God.
He really was. It was like wee.
He's like wee. He's like just reminded me a lot of like Cesar Romero a little bit. Like okay, it's cool. And then we cut to a bridge, which again reminded me of Fast 6 with the whole tank sequence. I'm like. Again, they're doing a lot of scenes to remind you, like, this is like Fast 5, this is like Fast 6, this is like Fast 8. It's interesting.
And they don't stop coming. Don't worry.
They don't stop coming.
I hope you like this. This is the rest of the movie.
And this whole sequence, I liked it a little bit. It wasn't that bad. I did like seeing Brian helping out with the tanks and the cannons and shooting them. That was kind of cool. But meanwhile, Don's in the plane. He's like, fuck, I need to land right now. And James like, but wait, we can't land here. We're far away from the landing strip. We can't do anything. There's nowhere to land. He's like, I don't need anything to land on. Just open a door. Boom, he drives backward. And it just lands on top of cars and he's fine. I'm like, oh, of course. This is weird. I was like, sure. And I did like this kind of drone shot that he did with like kind of go up on top of the cars. I thought it was a cool little shot. Like, oh, that's kind of cool. They did it twice like on a row. So I was like, that's not as cool anymore. But I like the one drone shot that he did. But yeah, I did like this whole moment together. I mean, Dom and Jacob see each other. It's kind of cheesy. Like, bro, you're back? Yes, bro, I'm back. And they kind of see each other. And then I swore I heard like an X-Wing noise in one point. I'm like, what the hell? Seriously. I was like, what? Like, did I hear that right? It was weird. It was random. But yeah, they see it together again. And of course, Brian tried to help and he gets kidnapped by Dante. Like, haha, he's my kid now. And drive away. Jacob's like, no. And then, I mean, I didn't expect this to happen. But Jacob sacrificed himself. I'm like, oh. They killed him off.
Yeah.
Or
well, Well,
Or is he? I don't know. Is he dead? We'll see. But as of right now,
But as of right now, he's not coming to that barbecue.
yeah, he's not coming to barbecue. He
That
exploded
was a
himself.
random ass scene, and the fact that the kid doesn't react, and he's like, sorry."
Yeah, I mean, this is like Uncle Jacob, and he just blows like. I love this thing as he flipped the car and he's holding the ropes, so he's like, "I'm coming home, Mama. I'm coming home." He just dies. Like, okay. I mean, even the way he launched himself was insane, but I was like, all right, so he's dead. But I didn't expect to see John Cena die. I thought it was gonna be from the last movie. You know, we brought him out in the last movie. We're gonna see him in the final movie, but no, I guess.
No, we gotta
John Cena
remind
like,
you there's stakes. There's
John Cena was like,
yeah,
this.
stakes. You can't
Yeah.
save everyone.
Yeah, can't save everybody. So let's kill off the brother we only saw for one movie. Let's kill him off.
So if you're a main actor, you're safe for now.
Exactly. If you're from the main crew, you're fine. But if you just came here, no. So yeah, also I love that up. They capped it off with a Dante joke. It was like, well, he's not coming back to the barbecue. He's like, oh damn, you don't have to do that, Dante. Come on, man. The man just died. Don't do that. So yeah, the goons try to tie Dom down. They try to tie with helicopters. Like, oh no, what's gonna happen? And then just Dom just drives speed. You know, he's like, damn it, I gotta do is I need to save my family. He somehow slams the two helicopters together. They go through the road. No one died. No civilians are killed in this sequence. There's like, again, how are they not dead right now? And yeah, the movie gets a little cheesy with Dom's speech to Brian. You know, it's like, oh, like you gotta feel the car, baby. You gotta, feel it. I'm like, come on, man. It's stupid. But yeah, the whole sequence, it felt like, because yeah, the one scene where he saved Brian, he's like, just be ready, baby, to open the door. I will catch you. It just reminded me of Fast 6 when he catches the lady in the midair. Kind of did the same thing here, but it's not as crazy as that scene. But it's still like, how did you catch Jacob midair? Whatever. Yeah, so this is the second time that I felt the movie's ending. I was like, oh, the movie's gonna end here, right? I mean, we're done. No, we're still gotta go. We gotta continue. I mean, Dante drove off the cliff. I thought, well, he's dead, right? Nope, he's still alive.
No. We got one more very crucial, important scene, okay?
Sequence. One more epic set piece. We needed. I'm like, how many set pieces are we gonna do? I mean, this is where I thought, like, this is just blowing off their load so much. Like, stop, all right? Stop. It's too much.
Keep going.
Keep going. Just the movie doesn't want to end. So, like, yeah, we go to the dam. I don't know where the hell they are, but they're driving in a dam. And then, like, this truck just comes out of nowhere. Like, wait a minute. And then this other truck comes behind. Oh, no, wait a minute. We're stuck. It's a doozy. We're stuck here. What are we going to do? And then Dante's, his car's all fucked up, and he's fucked up, too. He lost a tooth. He's like, I'm here. You think you're going to keep rid of me that easily, Dom? Ha, ha, ha. You're wrong. What are you going to do now? You're going to die. I mean, I'm done with making you suffer. It's time for you to die, Dom. I'm done. So Ryan's like, what are we going to do, Daddy? What are we going to do? Like, I got this. he just drives back and like, just hold on to me, kid. And they drive off the dam. And the trucks explode, they collide, explode. And this is where I was like, fuck this movie. I mean, really, this huge CGI explosion, they're driving off the cliff. The impact he's catching on fire. But they're fine, man. They drive off, they jump in the water, and everything's fine. I'm like, come on now. Like, what do you guys think about this whole bullshit? Like, what do you guys thought about this?
It's I need a minute.
Well, the movie,
Bullshit, man.
the movie kept going, and so when that happened, I was like, okay, this is how is this movie ending? Like, we're getting pretty close to the end. Like, how is he going to get out of this? And then, of course, something else happens, and then movie's over, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is part one of another movie. I was like, oh, was not expecting that.
I wasn't expecting that because, oh yeah, we saw the twist like, oh, Ames was not a good guy. He's a bad
Like,
guy.
and
Oh,
all of your friends are gonna die in this plane crash.
yeah. I was like, oh no, our favorite characters are gonna die now. No, of course
Oh
not.
no. Yeah. Yeah, find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z who survived.
Yeah,
It's like,
it ended just like that. It ended almost like an episode of Dragon Ball. I was like, what? Okay, like our characters are dead. Oh, I mean, I don't know how they can explain them surviving the plane crash, but we'll see. I mean, Ames is bad. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
And then Vin Diesel survived the crash with his son. They swim out. Everything's fine. But like, what's gonna happen now? I mean, Dante's still out there. He's alive. Ames is a bad guy. Our friends are dead in the plane.
And Gal
Letty's
Gadot.
yeah, Gal Gadot's not dead. And I'm like, so no one just died in
It's like, oh,
franchise.
also, I forgot, like, when they did the whole reveal of Ames, like, oh, he's a bad guy, and they showed the flashbacks. I'm like, he was not in the movie, okay? Like, I saw the scene. He was not sitting in the office, okay? Like, don't retcon this shit here. Like, no, fuck you. So, yeah, apparently he's a bad guy for no reason. He just wants to be a bad guy. But, like, is it over for the family? Like, I mean, it's pitch black. What's going to happen? No, Dom's fine. He's alive. The kid's fine. But, like, I love this scene, this dramatic scene. Like, what are we going to do now? I mean, the family's shattered. People are dead. Like, what's going to happen? Oh, no. And, and then of course, we cut. I mean, it doesn't end right. I mean, the movie doesn't end there, right? We thought the movie's going to end there. But wait, there's more. There's more, ladies and gentlemen. We come back to Antarctica. Cypher and Letty are walking.
And
there. And then, like, wait, Letty,
and
worry, we got you. The submarine from the 8th movie comes back, I think. I'm like, what the fuck? But who's piloting the submarine?
dun, 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 dun.
It's Wonder Woman.
No.
we all thought it. Wonder Woman.
It's Wonder Woman, ladies and gentlemen. Giselle, she's alive? How the fuck is she alive? I mean, we saw
Nobody really dies.
Nobody dies. And then we saw her
you know
fall.
what? We did not see a dead body in 6. I don't think she died. Okay?
That is true. But, like,
This
how
is like
are you gonna
Stu
explain
and freaking Scream. Stu is still out there somewhere.
how do you explain it to me that you survived falling on the track?
Oh, that's great that you ask. They don't explain it.
They don't explain it. I mean, hopefully the next movie, like, Giselle, I saw you die. Like, well, actually, Mr. Nobody helped me. I met him.
I swear if they
years
do
ago.
that. If they claimed that plane
Yeah, right. He was
was
there.
like a CGI fest.
He was driving an invisible car right below the plane. He picked me up. He's like, you're not dying that easily on me, young lady. You know, something like that. I think it's something like that. I don't know. Did I expect to see her back? No, but she's back. What do you guys think about that? You guys care or
No?
I mean, we need Han to be happy again.
I almost, when the movie was over in the theater, I almost audibly said, "You're not fucking serious, are you?"
Yeah, I was like,
They're serious.
really?
Because everybody left after that. Everybody left. They were like, "Fuck that."
Yeah.
Nobody stayed. I was one of the few that stayed for the credit scene. That was.
No, but I was like, fuck this. I'm like, well, the movie just finally ended there. I was like, really?
Oh, but wait, one more.
I was like, we brought her back. Like, I guess we need Han to be happy in the final movie. You know, we need her.
She's gonna be like, Han, this is my new boy. I swear they're gonna have this scene where there's gonna be, she has a new boyfriend.
Yeah, probably has a. Yeah,
they're gonna do that.
Probably the submarine.
I will bet money on this that they will do.
They will. Yeah, they're probably gonna do that.
They will do this.
It'll be funny if they bring back Chris Pine. He's like, he's the boyfriend. Like, oh no, Chris Pine.
Oh yeah, I honestly got Chris Pine.
Oh wow.
Well, like, yeah, I was like,
Christmas.
oh, God. So Yeah, we left with a cliffhanger, a big doozy. Oh no, but wait, there's more. There's a post-credit scene. If you didn't leave pissed off like everybody else in Andy's theater, you saw this
Oh,
post-credit
I
scene.
was pissed, but I
You saw
stayed.
this post-credit scene where like, wait, so somebody they're in the theater. Wait, what's going to happen? It's mysterious. It has to do with Dante. I guess we don't know. I guess we have. I think is this tied up to Hobbs Shaw maybe with the corporation thing?
I don't.
Maybe. I don't know because remember that cliffhanger? We still have that to solve. So
Yeah, where's
I don't know.
Ryan Reynolds? Where is he at? Where'd he go?
I don't know, but wait. So who shows in the end? It's The Rock, baby. You thought he left? No, he's back in the main franchise. He's back
Back,
and ready to
baby.
kick
Out of
ass.
retirement.
I remember
yeah.
when that was a news story, like the week this movie came out.
I didn't know. I have no idea.
Everybody was talking about it because apparently the director talked him into coming back. Apparently, supposedly.
I have no idea. I was a genuine surprise. I'm like, oh shit, so he's back. Cool, that's awesome to see. And I did read. I think he posted on Instagram like, yeah, I'll be back for the final movie. I fixed things with Vin Diesel. We're good terms now, apparently. And not just that, but we're gonna have a Hop spinoff. I'm like, I don't need that movie.
I know.
Yes, you do.
I don't
Yes, you
need
do.
another Hop.
No,
Yes, you
No,
get
I
it,
said
whether you
no.
like it or not. God damn it!
I won't watch it.
No,
I
not
probably
at
will.
all. No, I don't need it. Even The Rock was like, well, Hobbs and Shaw sucked ass, but I'm gonna do it without Shaw this time around. I'm just gonna do it myself. I'm just gonna do a movie solo.
Ah, yes, it's the Rock way.
Just The Rock. I'm like, The Rock, stop trying to do franchises. I mean, you tried with Black Adam, didn't work out. You tried with Jungle Cruise,
What
didn't
do you
work
mean?
out.
Whoa! You didn't like Black Adam? That masterpiece of a film?
It's
You didn't like that? Come on, it was
No.
it was one of the best superhero movies ever. It was great.
it's best. It's the best. It's the one that killed DCU. Of course, I love that movie. I only love it for that because it killed off the DCU. But like, do I want to see his Hot spinoff? No, I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to see that either. Like, who cares? I don't want to see that. But apparently, they're gonna do a Hot spinoff before the final movie. We'll see.
Yeah,
So-
well, that's a big we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But that's the movie. But like ultimately, man, I thought the movie was alright. I thought the movie was just okay. I thought it was better. I thought it was better than 9. I will say that. Better than 9.
Well,
Uh-oh.
I thought it was better.
Reggie, I don't know if I agree with that.
It's like I don't know. I thought this movie was like it was enjoyable to watch. While it's stupid, I thought it's not as dumb as 9. I thought it was a little bit better. I thought it was a little bit better. It's not as stupid. I mean, the second act was boring.
I had my opinion.
I mean, the second act is boring with like jumping the storylines with London and Jacob and whatever's going on
If they
here.
did that better in another movie with you've already mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah, they did it better than that movie. But this movie's like, this is so just boring. It's just everything just in the middle. It's just uninteresting to me. But I did like Jason Momoa. He's a charismatic villain.
That's
He's
my
probably-
review of the movie.
I was like, it's cool to see him. He's gonna be the ultimate villain. Apparently, he's gonna be the main baddie of the whole franchise, which I was hoping was gonna be Carter Verone, but fuck, we're never gonna see that.
You know, the unhingedness of me is the minute you said baddie, for some reason I thought Megan Thee Stallion was gonna come out.
I mean,
and
hey,
start
we still have
dancing.
one more movie. She might show up.
Well, she's already part of the Marvel universe, you know. She's in She-Hulk.
She's probably
so-
gonna show up.
She's got that A24 movie coming out. She's gonna be a real actress now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably she might show up. I mean, why not? It's one
Well,
last. time.
apparently Cardi B is somewhere in this movie.
Yeah, I was like Cardi B showed up.
Yeah, no, she was in 9.
9.
She was in 9.
Well, according to the Voodoo extras, no, she's in this movie, and I'm like, what scene?
Damn, they got it wrong. Or maybe she was there, but they cut her
I
off. Maybe.
don't recognize that.
No, they're like, no, fuck you.
No,
You're not gonna be in this movie.
But no, I just overall, I thought the movie was a little bit better than the last few movies that I've seen since 8. I will say that. Like, this is the first time I've enjoyed a fast movie in a while, and that's a big prop to that. So, it's not great. It's not that good, but it's enjoyable. It's pretty good. Hopefully they don't fumble it in the next movie. I hope they wrap everything up in a good little bag. Everything's tied up. We'll see. But is this a good setup for the next movie? For the hopefully final movie? Sure. So, yeah, I don't know. It was enjoyable. I give it a 6.9 out of 10. 6.9 out of 10. Not 7. 6.9. What about you guys? What do you guys thought about this movie? What would you give it?
I don't know. There's a lot of things I like about this movie. I like the soundtrack, which is like starting at the bottom. I like how the music sounds. I don't like anything about the movie, but I mean, I would say that the high point of the movie is Jason Momoa. As crazy as he gets, he just like flipped a switch and said, "I'm gonna go all out for it." I dare say this is probably my favorite villain in the series because it actually brings up some questions that I wasn't expecting to have while I was watching this movie. Oh yeah, toxic masculinity, and like that's treated very seriously because it's brought up multiple times.
Yeah.
I've never seen one of these movies where they actually, maybe it wasn't executed the best, but they try and give you this, at least illusion that people are gonna die now.
Yeah.
But even though they kind of shit on that at the ending, so I don't understand what's going with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think this movie's kind of just painfully okay. I mean, I'm not mad that I saw it. There were some things that made me mad at the ending. The action sequences are passable to great, depending on what scene it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a straight 5 out of 10 for me. I can't really say it's any lower than that because it's not bad enough. I would love to give it a little higher, but honestly, I preferred F9 over this movie.
Damn. I mean,
the sequences where they're going back and forth, I'm like, man, they need to bring Justin Lin back because at least he knows how to make a movie look good. And not to say that there weren't attempts to, but everything that I've seen in this movie that is good, I've seen far better in the other movies.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. They definitely needed a little stronger rating because if you want to focus on all these characters in different places, you need, I don't know, a little better script there. Maybe engage a little bit more.
Yeah, well, hopefully the strike will help that happen.
Oh man, we'll see. But yeah, hopefully. Will I ever watch this movie again?
Oof.
Not really. I don't want to see this movie again, but it was enjoyable. Like, I didn't hate myself watching it, but it was too long. Like, these movies are getting longer every time and just full of nothing. It's just like,
the first movie is like an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the first two and even Tokyo Drift are like pretty low on time.
Yeah.
Like you can watch those pretty quick. Fast and the Furious is like slightly longer, but man, that movie's pacing is just really bad.
Yeah.
Fast 5 is probably one of the best paced ones. I mean, 6 and 7, that's up in the air depending on what kind of thing you're into. 7 is probably
a little bit better, but all these movies are just getting longer and longer, and the pacing, it's just, it just drags out. But what do you think about this movie, Henry? Well, sorry, what did you say?
Well, all I was gonna say is the pacing was just weird in this movie. Like it moved fast, but like I felt like in certain ways they were just taking their time on things that really didn't matter.
Yeah,
it's weird how this movie goes like fast, but not really at the same time.
No, yeah, like things halt in the second half. It's like, oh, we gotta stop everything now. Like, we had some momentum going. What happened? I don't know. It was interesting the way they just took a break from the action, but just not enough. These characters were not doing enough for me in these situations. But anyway, what do you think about the movie?
I probably in the between you two. Like I thought it was just kind of an average Fast and Furious movie. It's kind of like in the middle for me in terms of ranking. I agree that Jason Momoa is like he's interesting. It's like a different type of villain, which I appreciate. It's not we're not getting the same like the Shaw brothers. We're not getting the same like archetype for them. We're not getting the same for like DK. That I appreciate that's different. And like I was saying earlier, I think there's like one too many action scenes that one of them could have been cut and then combined. And I think some of it's also just thinking about it now. There's a lot of hopping between storylines. Back in Rio, back in with Portugal, back in London. Like there's a lot of that going back and forth, and it's just like I like when these characters are together. And I understand, they're apart because they're being split apart because the whole Jason Momoa's characters, breaking up the family and trying to like knock them out. But it's just like, I don't know. It does get a little hard to follow. Have these people split apart and then having to have them something to do. And there's like storyline is like not as interesting as the other ones. So yeah, because I watched this movie like twice, like at home, like pretty close together, and there was parts the second time that I kind of skimmed. It's like okay, like I might get up and do something and just let it run. I might skip this part, and just really like good, movies I want to rewatch. I'm like I don't want to fast forward this at all because it's compelling, and I thought this was kind of average. So I kind of would give it a 6 out of 10, maybe.
Okay. All right, so kind of the same range, basically. 5 between 6. It's
like I said, it's gonna be a screaming match. We basically are like, yeah, we're in the same area.
we're in the same area. It just, it wasn't anything that innovative or compelling or like wow. It just, it was alright.
It definitely outstays its welcome in the third act when it tries to get ridiculous.
And
it's definitely fan servicing.
Just multiple climaxes. Like I felt like there's 3 different endings, and like Jesus, when are we gonna end this movie? And I don't know. I don't know what is gonna happen in the next movie. Hopefully, it's a little bit more tighter.
It's gonna be probably a little bit. We're gonna have to wait a little longer for that.
Oh yeah, we're probably gonna have to wait longer. But hopefully, whenever they get to that, and hopefully, get the writers for due, please, like Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, hopefully.
But like if they settle that and everything's back, as they should, and everything's getting the compensation. Hopefully they make a tighter script and don't make it 3 hours. Don't make it an epic. I just make it.
We need the end game of Fast and
the end game. Like I
don't
need the end
3
game
hours of Vin Diesel going, and The Rock going.
I don't.
It's really just my standard man grunt.
I don't need that. Just make it just a little bit shorter than this movie and just make it tighter.
Well, because it's funny that you mentioned that because the actress who played not Letty, but what the hell is Paul Walker's wife?
Jordana Brewster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she is the character.
Yeah, because she was like during interviews, she was like, "Yeah, I kind of just want to go back to the old." She didn't lie. She's like, yeah, I want to kind of go back to the street racing days.
Good. Thank you. Like that's all I want. Hopefully they bring like a cool ass action like race scene, like just a pure race scene this next movie.
They could do action in the middle of all the racing. That would be fine. Plenty of good movies like Death Race that do that kind of thing.
Yeah, but, I hope they do like a race scene, just I
was about to say Speed Racer, but that movie is good or bad depending on who you talk to.
Yeah, anything, just bring me racing just for one last time, a cool epic race, and we can end the series and bring every character back.
They won't. They'll reboot the Netflix cartoon.
God, I hope not. It just. Please, Vin Diesel, if you're somehow watching this, I don't know. Thank you. If you're watching this, please.
I must check out every podcast.
Please make it shorter. Please just take your ego out of the way and just make a better movie. That's all I want. Just make a good movie, a good finale. Don't make a sequel.
You hurt Finn's feelings.
End it. Just end it already. I don't want more of these movies. Just end it with 11. That's it.
Yeah, just go ahead and be Groot. Your own universe, buddy.
You're doing good with that money. Do the last witch hunt thing that you were doing for a while.
He's
Bring
never gonna
Riddick
go
back.
back. He's never gonna go. He's never gonna go back to Riddick either. Riddick is over.
Do Triple X again. You were doing that for a
He
while.
did that. Nobody cared. He did that already. Nobody cared back then.
Well, he's doing Rock'em Sock'em Robots now, so maybe that's.
Oh, is he? Is he really gonna do that?
Yeah.
He actually signed on for that?
Yeah, he's developing them. Oh.
Why? We already got that. We already got that movie. It's freaking that one with Wolverine in it. What the hell is it?
Real Steel.
Iron or Real Steel, yeah, that's what it was. I was supposed to say Iron Giant.
No. Hey, do Iron Giant franchise. Bring that movie back. Just do something else. Just end this franchise already. All right. Quickly, yeah. Soundtrack. You were saying it sucked, right? It's not a slap.
Well, I don't think it sucks. I don't think it's terrible. I think what sucks about it is the random pop tracks in the middle of there.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope you like Kodak Black because they play it in the movie. It's like forced pop song with I apologies, I do not know the name of the BTS member, but it's one of the more like not as well known, somebody in the BTS army is like, yeah, they are, and I'm like, I apologize. They do actually put the name of it, so apologies on that.
Okay,
but I mean, I think a lot of the songs in the soundtrack are good for like the drifting Drace rag, those kind of things.
Yeah, soundtrack was not memorable.
I think 9 had a bit more of a tighter soundtrack, in my opinion. I felt like 9 understood the idea of the movie a little bit better. I feel like they were trying to definitely sell pop songs though on this one.
Yeah.
So I'd still give the soundtrack like a solid 8. There were a lot more enjoyable songs than I came back to on my repeat listens. I do feel a little iffy the fact that they sell a song as the trailer song and have Notorious B.I.G. at the beginning for no reason and then just kind of get rid of that. I don't know why they did that, but so be it.
Okay. So it was pretty alright. It was an 8 for you. Okay. That's good. That's good. I thought it was not present. Okay. It's alright.
It is and it isn't. They do have a lot more of playing songs in the background.
Yeah,
they do a lot. They do a lot more of that.
Definitely. So it's not memorable, but it was alright. It wasn't anything like, oh, that was terrible. So quickly, the villains ranking and the films ranking. I'll start off with the villains ranking, which is interesting because I had a different list last time, but I kind of changed it up a little bit this time around. I was like,
You messed around, huh?
I messed around a little bit. I'll start with number 10, Cypher. She's still in the bottom. I mean, even though I liked her in this movie, this is the first time I actually enjoyed her. Like, I kind of like her a little bit. I mean, I like her more when she's not just being a villain. She's just fighting and, helping Letty and stuff like that. All right, she's not great, but she's a little bit more enjoyable instead of the last 2 movies where she's just a plain villain. She's uninteresting. Number 9 is Brixton. I did not like him in Hobbs and Shaw, and I still don't like him. I do not like him. Number 8 is my boy Johnny Tran. I wanted to put him up there. I think I had him up there before, but it's just like he's just kind of on one note. It's not. I mean, his acting is fine. His acting is pretty good, but his character itself is just kind of one note. 7 is Carter Barone. Hopefully he comes back in the last movie. 6 is Hernan Reyes. 5 is Braga. 4 is Owen. 3 is Deckard. 2 is Dante. I was almost gonna put him 1, but man, just DK. I still love DK. I think he's still a slightly better villain. I mean, is he fun to watch like Dante? No. Is he enjoyable to watch? Like, no. Like, Dante's more fun. He's crazy, he's wacky. But I like that DK is a little bit more, I don't know, a little more grounded of a villain, if you can say that. He's a little bit more serious. There was a little bit of that emotional story with his father, and kind of like forcing him to kind of do this stuff. So like, there's more something compelling with him than Dante. So still, he's still my favorite one. He's still my favorite one of the whole bunch. So Dante almost beat him, but DK's still there. So I mean, unless we have another villain next movie, I think that's the list because I think Dante's coming back as the villain next movie. So this is my definitive list of the villains of the Fast and Furious franchise. Unless Hobbs brings another villain this movie, which but
We'll
anyway,
get so many more. We'll get a million more.
What about you, Andrew? What's your villains ranking? Anything change?
We'll start it. Well, yeah, there'll be a little. There'll be some. Well, we got an almost similar list. We got Cypher at the bottom, 10.
Yes.
Johnny Tran, number 9.
Okay.
I know. I tried, but like, there's nothing compelling there for me.
Yeah.
Number 8, Brixton Lore. Well,
Okay.
it's Lore I'd like to forget. Number 7 is Carter Verone. More like, get the hell out of here.
Right. Brown face.
Yeah, get out of here. We don't want you. Mr. Jimenez. You know, he's number 6. Hey, he's okay. He's at the middle of the list because we're getting a little bit,
Yeah.
but not really too much.
Yeah.
Owen Shaw, number 5. And then we get Braga at number 4. Number 3, DK. I see you have DK at the top. I got DK.
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, DK's over there. He's good.
Okay. I accept it.
Dickard Shaw's a little bit better.
Okay.
And Dante, yeah, there he is at the top.
Oh shit! So Dante's the best.
I don't know. He's the most charismatic, even though
That's
the movie's
true.
just okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was pretty good. He was probably one of the best.
That's true. I'll give you that. He's the most charismatic for sure. I'll give you that. Okay, interesting list. Oh shit! I didn't expect that.
He's like, I disagree with all this.
I actually don't really have a villain ranking list. I mean, I would put DK in the top 3 because he is like the most like fleshed out villain. I think Dante deserves to be in the top, even though we haven't got like his full stuff yet. But I don't think he's done enough to be memorable enough. And I think the Shaw brothers, and I think those were probably the good top ones. And like you said, like the Cypher, I think is in the lower tier. Same with Carter Verone and Homeboy from Hobbs and Shaw and stuff like that. Idris Elba, like all that is just like I don't really care about.
Oh yeah, Brixton Lore.
Black Superman, like I don't even care about that. So really interested to know the ranking of the movies now.
Yes. So, all right, I'll start. Number 11 is Hobbs and Shaw. That's still the worst movie in the whole series. I hate that movie. I never want to go back to that movie again. It's over, and that it will stay there. That's the movie. Just painfully boring. It's just visually, it just doesn't look appealing, interesting. The action scenes are just not great, and the characters themselves, Hobbs and Shaw, they're just bickering the whole time, unlikable. I didn't like it. Just I hate that movie. Hated that movie. And also Brixton, just uninteresting. Number 10 is Fast 8 or Furious 8. That's just another boring movie. It's still slightly better than Shaw. It's a slightly better movie than Hobbs and Shaw, but yeah, it's just that's the point where just things were just getting ridiculous and it's just nonsensical to me and it's just not fun and it's just too ridiculous. And some of the things going on there, the Cypher was hated that villain, and the things there with Dong being the rogue villain now, it's just not an interesting idea. It was just not compelling at all. And it was just kind of a messy movie. I did not like the movie. Number 9 is The Fast and the Furious. What else can we say? That movie's just boring. It's a little bit boring. It's not that bad. It's not horrible, but it's not a good rewatch. It's not a movie like, oh, you know what I want to watch today? The Fast and Furious. No, it's not. Pacing wise, it's not great. There's still some good stuff in there. Like the beginning stuff is cool. The oil rig, I like that. And some of the stuff in the middle is kind of cool. But yeah, this movie just. Number 8 is Furious 9, Fast 9. I know. I'm sorry, Andy. I'm sorry. I don't want to piss you off there. It's that movie is also just boring. It's messy. The stuff with Han coming back, like what the hell was that? Some of the stuff is just action scenes were not just entertaining or just nothing grabbed me there really. I watched it again. I watched it recently. I thought it was a little bit better than my first time, but overall, just I thought it's again way too long. Just a lot of stuff that's not really catching my attention or just don't care, and that's the point when I'm like, all right, I need this franchise to end. Like I don't want this anymore. So yeah, not a fun watch. 7 is Fast X. Fast X. 6 is Fast 6. You know that movie's fine, just not. Every time I keep thinking about that movie, I just keep not liking it more and more. 5 is Too Fast, Too Furious. That's a kind of a guilty pleasure for me. Like that movie a lot. 4 is the first movie. Kind of like that movie a lot. I kind of liking it more and more as I keep thinking about it. 3 is Tokyo Drift. Love that movie. 2. This is where things change for a little bit because my top 3 is like, for a while I had Drift as like my number 1, and then I kept changing with 7, and 7 was my number 1 for a while. But this time around, I will say 2 is 7, and number 1 is Fast 5. Because even this movie made me think like, just Fast 5 is just a great movie. I don't know. That's like, I love the whole team dynamic of that movie. I love seeing everyone together, all these characters, like the dynamics, their banter with each other, joking around, doing their shenanigans. Like that's the movie what I love. I mean, The Rock being introduced was awesome. Action scenes were awesome, and Rio loved that. And Justice Lin was at his A game in that movie. I love that movie so much. So that I think is, I don't think it's gonna change, but I think that's my favorite movie in the franchise as of right now. Andy, what's your ranking?
Well, at the bottom we got The Fate of the Furious.
Okay.
The dumpster fire of a film.
Dumpster fire, yes.
Then we have just slightly above it, Fate and Furious.
Oh, wait. So number 8 is the last one, right?
Hold on.
Yes, Fate and Furious. Yeah,
Yes,
8.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, then I what's the next movie? What was the next one?
Fast and Furious.
Oh,
fourth
Fast. Oh, the fourth movie.
Fourth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know there's a little discourse around that movie when we talked about it, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't really care for that one.
Nah.
Number 9 is Fast and the Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw. Ooh. Now, see, we're getting a little bit of action that's okay every once in a while, but majority of it is kind of bland, forgettable.
Yeah.
Fast and the Furious 6.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I just think it's passable while you're watching it on TV at home, but I mean, there's not much going on there.
Yeah.
Now this is where we're gonna get a little controversial. Fast X.
That's
low F9.
Oh shit! Damn. I mean,
Yeah. I know F9 is not a great movie, but I have a lot more fun with it than this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I won't argue with you there. Just I don't know. They're kind of both the same movie to me, in a way.
At least Justin Lin knows how to do characters in separate.
A little bit. Yeah.
He knows how to do cutting a little bit better. I'm like, he's a little. Maybe the writing wasn't the best, so that's why it's not high up there still.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fast X below F9. Okay. And then we go up to the 5 area. This is where things are going to get more controversial. The Fast and the Furious.
Number 5. Wow.
Starting to get into the territory of. It's a little bit slightly above average.
Yeah.
But it's not the best.
Okay.
And then we get into even more controversy. Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah, I love that movie.
I know I'm in the camp that a lot of people don't love this movie, but how can I not? How can I not support a gay love story?
Yeah, man. That's the
Tyrese
best
and
stuff
Paul
for the whole
Walker.
franchise, man.
I mean, if you just had them kiss, everybody in the theater would have been clapping.
Good for you. Good for you.
I mean, there's the scene at the beginning where I mean, like Tyrese, like it saw an old flame when he saw Paul Walker. He was like, "It's him."
That's the best love story of the whole franchise. Like, admittedly, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And
that
number
movie's great.
3, Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. I'm telling you, that Pharrell soundtrack.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, peak. It's peak for me. I love it.
Love it.
But number 2, Fast 7. You know,
Mhm.
and just like you said, Seb, I thought about it. I even thought about it before we started this video. I was like, "No, we're gonna put 5 at the top. We're gonna put Fast
Yeah,
5."
man. Yeah.
It's as much as I like 7. 5 goes at the top.
Yeah. I mean, I used to have 7 on the top for a long while, but on a rewatch, I think it's still a great movie. It's just
Yeah, it's a
I
great
think
movie.
5 is more like
Where's
more
Where's number 9 on your list?
Oh, I put it above Fast X. So number
Okay.
6 on my list.
Okay, I was like, did I miss that? Okay, so we can.
Yeah, but like Fast 5 is just more. I don't know. That's like it's more tighter. It's more fun to watch. It's a great movie. I love that movie. It's great. What about you, Henry?
It's funny. Just looking at your YouTube's list and then I look at mine. So our bottom 3 is the same, which is all in different orders.
Okay.
So my lowest movie is Hobbs and Shaw. Like I don't like it. I just don't.
I don't like it.
It's just like the worst kind of buddy cop movie with just 2 cops that are the exact same personality. And that's the opposite of what you're supposed to have. You're supposed to have opposites, and we don't have that at all. So it's like I don't like it. The best part about the movie is when they go to the island with the Rock's family. Like that's like okay, this is.
And
the
even
best
they
part.
kind of ruined that because of the weird night and day sequence.
Yeah.
So that's bottom, and then next one, number 10 is number 4 because it's kind of just a weird transition movie where it's like some of the old 1, 2, and 3, but like some of the new, and you don't really get all of the melding that 5 and 7 has, and 5, 6, and 7. This is like okay, this is just like this is the Frankenstein like Fast and Furious movie, and it's also like the first movie where it's like you got to start buying into the ridiculous stuff. And if you can't buy it in 4, then you might as well just get out the car now. So next after that is 8. Because 8 just it just followed 7, and 7 was so good, and it was just like it's just okay. Like it's just like we talk about with some of these later movies is that the action scenes and some of the other movies was just better, similar but better in other ones, and it's like, well, I just might as well watch those. Because that's how I think about this list. It's like, which movies would I rather watch? If I only could watch like, you know, the top 5 movies or whatever, those would be my best ones because I'm going to watch them more often. So, next one, because I'm kind of going back and forth with like my lists. I've been trying to like. Because my top 3 and my bottom 3 are like locked in. It's the middle ones that are just like I've been changing this whole time. Like, it's supposed to go. I'm gonna go with my gut, and I would say that 10 is actually be my next one because I think mainly since it's the first part of another movie, it kind of weakens it for me. There isn't as much of resolution as all the other movies. Even though some of the other movies are weaker, this one doesn't particularly have like a wrapped up ending. Even though it has a better villain than a lot of the other movies. And I think that later you'll see that out of the later movies, I think this one's one of the weaker ones. Because the next one I put is 6. Because I'm thinking back is that I would rather watch 6 than 10. Mainly because we have all the crew actually together mostly for the movie, and we actually have an ending. And I feel like even though there's a lot of action, I feel like it doesn't go fully crazy yet. We're not in the full crazy mode yet, and I think with 7 is like the beginning of that, like just full out crazy. But 7 like managed it, and that's when it just kind of took off. And I actually agree with Andrew. I think that 9 is better than 10. Because I rewatched 5 and 9 and prepared for 10, and I feel like I enjoyed 9 more, mainly from the flashbacks. I thought that was done really well. Actually had some like heart, and I like that they gave some of the other characters something to do, like with Ramsey, like the joke of her driving. Like they kind of gave other characters something to do, and I was like, okay, this is enough. Like it's still like okay, like middle road, but it's like this. I would rather watch this than 10. Definitely 8. And my next ones I flip flop between these two, but I put 3 and 2. So I put 2 as 5, and then 3 as number 4. Flip flop with these. It's funny because I used to like before we even did all these. I was like, oh man, 2 is the worst one. 2 is the worst one.
Yeah.
No, it's some of the other ones. It's still kind of like Andrew said, like it does have like a really good bromance between Roman and
Brian.
Brian O'Connell. Like it's like it's like the subtext is there, but it's like you can totally see it. Like it is the best love story. Um, and some of the racing is cool, and the music's interesting, stuff like that. The villain's not really that great, but and then with 3, it's one of the weaker ones. Bow Wow and the Great White Hope. Who can outdrift people who've been drifting for years. But like the music was interesting. We had a really compelling villain, and it was just like it just told a complete story. It kind of just wrapped itself up, and I'm like, okay, this was decent. Like, and the driving was really cool and it was very practical. Like, they actually did the stunts, like, and that was like very appreciated, and it aged well compared to some of these later movies. And my top 3 has not changed ever in years, and that's 5, 7, and 1. So 5 is number 1 because I think 7 is really good, but just like you guys, it's just like 5 is just like the tighter movie. We get the crew together, and it's kind of a heist movie. We get the bank scene, which is like it's ridiculous, but a lot of it was done practically with some CG added to it, and that kind of made it age better. And that's why they probably showed it off at the beginning of this movie because like, look, we're proud of this one, so you're gonna see it again. And then 7 is also like kind of like movie where a lot of them all together, but like it's a little bit more bloated. But they did a really good job sending Paul Walker off. Like I was really surprised at how well they like pulled it off, and I feel like they are kind of wicking it a little bit with the movies afterwards. But like they really did a good job. I definitely when they did the 2 cars split apart, and I was like.
every time, I was like, oh, in the field.
Yeah, and then number 3 would be 1 because it does also like tell like a full story, and it was a little more like drama in it, and of course we get the racing, but it was pretty much like it's Point Break. It's Point Break, but like with street racing and stealing VCRs, and it works like just like Point Break did. And, it was memorable. Yeah, it's not as like extravagant as some of the other movies, but it kicked off the franchise. It was popular enough. It did what it needed to do. So I think it still holds up pretty well. So I mean, our lists are our top. It's funny because our top 5s have all the same movies, but it's just different. But we all agree that 5 and 7 are the best.
Yes.
We all agreed that 8, 4, and Hobbs and Shaw were the worst 3. So
I'm glad to know that we have the same tastes and quality and shit. And I don't know. I'm curious to see like whenever this final movie shows. I'm so curious to see like what's the final
Part 1 of the final movies.
Like I'll be surprised if 11 is even higher than all these like lower tiers. I'll be surprised, but I don't know. Hopefully Justin Lin comes back and fixes, knocks it out of the park. He will not. I wonder who they will get for. I have no idea. But
Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, damn, that would be ballsy. I'll be sure, do it. Whatever. At this point, do anything. I don't care. But I don't know. Or maybe they bring back
Michael Bay.
But I don't know. That's where I draw the line. That's where
Dude, you got like so much after those Transformers movies. You're like, no, dude.
No.
Don't let him near a car ever again.
No. No, because like, dude, you will get like so like egregious scenes, like booty shots and cars. And
I'm okay with 1 of 3.
I'm like, nah, I'm good. But like, who's the director from the first movie? Like, it'd be cool if he came back for this.
I don't know.
Rob something, Paul.
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider's Carrie. It'd be cool if he came back to like, it's like a love letter. Like, hey, what a way to end it. I
Fast
started
and the Furious. We're doing our Googling for the day here. It was directed. Ooh, you can buy for $3. Oh, wow.
Watch it now.
Wow. Hey, Google, would you help me here? Rob Cohen, huh?
Rob Cohen. There we go. Like, it'd be cool if like,
what's he doing?
I will end the franchise.
Apparently, the last movie he did was a hurricane heist. Ooh. The Boy Next Door. Oh, wow, these are getting worse. Ooh. Alex Cross. Oh, these are getting worse and worse.
Oh, no.
The Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. Oh, I mean, Michelle Yeoh, but that's about it.
Yeah, we'll forget I ever said that.
Yeah, he did the Triple X movie, too, so...
Yeah, I forget I ever said that. So I don't know. Whoever's gonna direct this,
Justin,
have him come back. Never mind.
Justin Lin, just come back, or James Wan, if you ever want to do it again, just come back. Why not? You did good with 7, so
he doesn't want to.
Yeah, he probably doesn't want
to. He's off thinking about making another Star Trek movie, not this.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll see what's gonna happen whenever this movie's ever gonna be in production. We'll see. But yeah, that's it for Fast X. We were indifferent about it. It looks like.
Yeah.
It's the movie.
All this talk of shit talking, it's okay.
Sebastian says it's indifferent. Okay. Yeah, that's
Más o menos.
Yeah, más o menos. No muy bueno.
Adios. Goodbye. This is the end of the review.
At the end of the review. I mean, if you like this review, please give it a like. Subscribe. I know I don't do videos as often. I'm a busy man. As you can see, I'm busy. It's tough, but I do want to come back. I'll see, I'll come back. I'm definitely coming back for the final movie and any other rankings that we'll do and spoiler reviews that we'll do, because I love doing this.
We got to get you to come back. Haunted Mansion, man.
Ooh.
Not even for Lakeith, huh? Not even.
Man. Anyway, that's stay tuned for that one. I don't know, but yeah, I'll see when I can do videos often. It's just I'm just busy. I'm tired. I'm old. But we'll see. But anyway, subscribe just in case, if I ever come back with a surprise like this one, and whenever I get my rhythm going again. So please subscribe. But yeah, also subscribe to Andy's channel, the Ed Stedl. I'm there for the Only Murders in the Building podcast.
Yeah. We'll get that going too. You got me thinking. I'm
like,
that going.
Season 3 is coming up. Like what? Like right now, kind of, right?
Yeah, it's actually pretty soon.
It's pretty soon. It's coming up pretty soon. So yeah, subscribe to his channel, and you can see me there as well. And you can follow me on Facebook at Sebastian Sierra, or on Instagram at Sevish with 4 eyes. Mr. Stedl!
You can find me at SteadyMedley on twitchtv.com. You can also find me at the Andrew Stedl podcast, the Andrew Stedl Nation, if you will, on the YouTube. We got reviews, we got vlogs, we got lots of things coming over there. So go ahead and check it out, subscribe to that. Oh yeah, also like this video. Anyways,
Thank you.
Henry, is there anywhere anybody can find you at anywhere at any
If he
time?
wants to.
No, I am Mr. Nobody. I would do not want to be perceived.
Just find him in these reviews or wherever you
Just find him somewhere else. Be there.
No, but thank you
Find me on the
guys.
streets
again.
like Andre 3000.
You'll randomly pop up on a Killer Mike track one day.
Wandering the streets with a flute.
You'll see him in either of our channels, so you just you'll get your Henry dose in the future. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for whatever I'm coming up next. Which, hey, who knows? It might be 2 years after I do another video. So, thank you guys. Subscribe. Bye.